All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you wherever you are. We are coming to you live from Warsaw. It is the War Machine Hordes WTC World Team Championships 2018, and we are here on Friday, casual Friday. We're having grudge matches. Next up, we are going to be seeing Ireland going up against Wales. The players are currently pairing up their matches, and we're going to be joining them real soon. Okay, so we're gonna just get all the information sorted out for you and the scenario, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll real soon. Alrighty, so the scenario that we are going to be playing is going to be Mirage. So we're going to take a look at that one real quick. There we go. This is scenario number 5 from the Steamroller 2018 scenario pack. Let's take a quick look at what the scenario elements are going to be that the players are going to be fighting for. We have two centrally located to the left-hand side of each player's circular zones, which can be controlled by infantry and warcasters. At the center of each circular zone, there is going to be an objective. The friendly objective being in the closer central zone, circular zone, and alongside the two zones with each an objective inside, there are going to be 3 flags, one placed completely centrally in the middle of the table, and then one placed closer to each player, slightly offset to the right. The game length is going to go until 7 turns, after which the first tiebreaker will be victory points, control points. And if any player has more than 5 control points more than their opponent, then they will win instantly. We are joined now by our latest guest host.
Hey guys!
Hey! So I'm your host, George Busher. Oh, hey, we've got, it's Friday evening, so we're getting real friendly here. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. Hey guys, I'm Christoph Scholl from Germany, and yeah, I'm playing for Germany Poltergeist here at the WTC in Warsaw.
Very good, very good. And you have your own podcast as well. Is that right?
Yeah, we had one.
We had one.
It got cancelled, but now
by the network.
Yeah, we are focusing on playing here.
Very good, very good. Are you confident that you'll be able to do well this year?
Yeah, we are good prepared,
good.
And we will give our best and see where we end.
Okay. Are there any teams in particular that you're worried about, or that
of course. So I think the Australian team, the team of the United Kingdoms,
yes,
Sweden,
always,
and of course you have to always look up for Poland.
That's right.
This year again, they bring really interesting list concepts.
Yeah, that's true.
And normally they bring this list concepts for a specific work and fuck everything with them.
Yeah, that's true.
If you are not
already after 10, almost.
Well, it's okay. It's after 10 o'clock somewhere. Yeah,
it's always after 10 o'clock somewhere.
It's evening playtime, so that's all right. Don't worry. It's after hours.
Yeah, and we will see how we can get off now against France.
Yeah, that's right. France and Germany are about to play a 12-on-12 grudge match in the other room next door. So we're all very interested to see how that's going to go. Canada having won the first Grudge match against America this afternoon. So yeah, you got to watch out for the Canadians.
Okay.
They had some really solid lists, and they.
Aren't we playing here?
No, you guys are playing next door.
Ah, okay.
You were too slow to the gun show. Yeah, everybody else is already getting set up. So
Okay, cool.
yeah. Good luck.
Tomorrow,
Yes,
John.
tomorrow you'll be on stream. Just keep winning and you'll make it there
sure.
eventually.
We try.
That's right, just keep winning. It's easy as that. All right, ladies, let's take another quick look at the scenario that we're going to be looking at. As we said, we're going to be playing scenario 5. The two teams are currently still busy with their matchup selection process. You can see people running around in the background and choosing tables and getting all of their models unpacked. So I'm just quickly going to run out and get all the relevant team and player information for you guys, and then we can take a look at some lists. Alrighty, stay tuned, people. We'll get you on screen as well. All right, let's.
This is a pretty elaborate setup.
Yeah, let's say hi. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm one of the members of Team Island 2, but I'm running this. The camera's. I'm running this thing today with the lads. So we have sorted all the pairings out. We haven't got casters yet, but so table 1, which is. Well, actually, that's incorrect. Right? That's
Well, for us, table 1 is the
table is E. So that's Connor
upside down.
Connor Pender versus Byron, which is going to be Scorn versus Trolls. Table
nice.
2 is Mike Porter versus Matthew Hopkins, which will be Legion versus Kador. Table 3 is James Fitzsimons versus Dan Jones, which is Signar versus Legion.
Yeah.
The next table is Adam Williams versus Cahill Redmond, so that's Rhett versus Circle.
Yeah.
And then the final table will be Adam Court versus Martin Jenkins, which is Crix versus Circle.
Okay. Were you involved in the selection process for the matchups?
Well, I just kind of sat there and asked them what they wanted to do, but yeah, pretty much.
Well, tell us a little bit about what your strategy is going into these games.
Oh, there's no strategy.
There's no strategy.
Like, this isn't even a full... This is like half of one of our teams and half our other teams, because lads are playing earlier and they're getting bored and doing other stuff, so we're just going to take it easy. I'm a bit hungover and I didn't want to play, so I'm letting...
Sure. Any particular matchups that you want to get some practice in, or...
I think it's just interesting. Some of the guys haven't played a huge amount of games and they're just looking just to play it. I think the game that's probably going to be most interesting here is probably James versus Dan, because I reckon it'll probably be Haley 3 versus...
Haley 2 against Vale 2.
Oh, never mind.
2
So there I go.
against Vale 2.
Haley 2 versus Vale 2. Right, so...
all right.
Haley 2.
It's been a while since we've
I was
seen
going to say it's
Vale
going to be
2.
Haley 3 versus Animag, but no, it's Haley 2 versus Vale 2.
Okay, exciting.
Which is quite exciting. So then on the other matchups there, I'm curious to see how Adam goes into Martin, because Adam's playing Denny 3 and Gorshade 3,
Yeah.
which could be quite interesting. And obviously Martin has Kruger 2 and Boulder 2, so there's quite a
I'd
lot
love
of
to see some Gorshade 3.
big boys, big models. Denny 3 obviously on a big flappy dragon, could be hilarious.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen it.
And we have obviously we have Connor versus Byron, which is a Scorn versus Trolls slugfest.
Yeah.
So we've got Morgul 2 and Xerxes 2. Xerxes 2 versus Colgrimmer, maybe. Doomy 2. I don't know. There's a lot of kind of permutations there. Mike versus Matthew. I reckon Mike will probably play. I don't know what Matthew's lists are exactly. It's a Curva 1 and Harkovich. I assume Harkovich is going to be sort of Jack Spam or some big boys, some big colossals.
Yeah.
So I reckon Mike will probably end up dropping Thagrush 1 into him and just using those Legion heavies to make a real difference. Just kill him with all the character heavies.
Sure.
And then what other pairing there? I think that's Adam versus Carl. So Adam's playing either Assyria or Alara. Carl has Una with loads of Griffins, which is not a very common list nowadays, but Kruger 2 into Ret seems like a great idea to me.
Yeah, I'd go for
because
that.
just stop all the guns and just push you around. We're playing Mirage, I think it is.
That's right. Yes, scenario 5.
So I'm just going to see if anyone
bring it
else
up right here. This is the
yeah.
scenario that we're going to be playing.
Yeah.
So this is one of the more fast-paced scenarios, I think.
Yeah, so
we were a lot of points.
Yeah, we were looking at the tables as well, but being the WTC, the tables are all incredibly full of terrain. There's loads of huge houses, buildings, forests. I know that when Carl was selecting his table, he was looking at it and he went, "There's 2 giant forests here. This is perfect for Una just for Una just to dive in and dominate that table space if she wants to."
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
And then also he has Kruger who can just go, "Yeah, I push you out of the way. Yeah, I hide behind this forest. You can't get me." So I'm very interested to see how these games go. It's really exciting. It's like first night, everyone's kind of relaxed. Beers are flowing. A lot of people had a lot of vodka yesterday, so people are kind of like.
Gotta get back into the swing of things.
Yeah,
sure.
So so it's very exciting. I'm hoping to see some more casters come in soon. The only one we know is Haley 2 versus Vale 2.
Yeah.
So it's a classic matchup from Mark 2.
Yeah.
It's a bit different now, but what do you think? Do you have any opinions on Haley 2 Vale 2? Is it something you'd be?
Well, it's pretty old school.
Yeah.
Right? That's like it takes me back to Mark 2 a little bit. I think Haley 2 has the slight edge, but I think it depends a little bit on the list.
Well, interesting. Yeah, James's Haley 2 list I think involves gun mages. I think it's a Sons of the Tempest list.
Oh.
So it's gun mages, and I think he has a couple of Stormclads and some other bits and pieces.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be quite an interesting game.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Vale 2 list looks like, but we can obviously have a little spook on the lists there.
Oh, we have Conflict Chamber.
Do we have Conflict Chamber here?
Right,
That's perfect.
Allow me to turn it on.
It's just that obviously because we don't have all the sheets printed out and everyone, they're kind of flying by
God had them printed out.
That's right. I had all of the lists for all of the players at the WTC printed out in a nice big binder.
Okay, that's it.
They're probably on their way to Jamaica right now. So that's unfortunate.
So let's have a look here. So we have James is here. So he has Haley 2 in Sons of the Tempest with 2 Stormclads and Thorn and a Squire.
Yeah.
Arlen, obviously, for the magical weapons.
Sure.
Which ties in quite nicely with Old Falk.
Yeah.
Because what you can do is you can temporal accelerate Falk, so he can shoot twice. He's moving 8 inches, doing 2 sprays, which
he
make
can move 10 with telekinesis.
Yep, 10 with telekinesis. And then what he's doing is he's tagging them with his spray, which gives +2 to all damage rolls from magical weapons. Then Arlen gives magical weapons to one of the Stormclads, and that Stormclad just goes to town on something. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And then obviously you've got you've Ragman there, you've Gun Mage unit with a UA, the Black 13th, which is pretty standard.
The team, they're devastating.
Yeah, they're really good with the Pistolier benefit. What's interesting though is he doesn't have Kane 0. I'd love to see Kane 0 in there.
Oh yeah,
but obviously
with Ace.
He's a hard to get model, so not a lot of people have him.
Yeah,
right.
I just got it.
I have him in my list. I managed to get him into my list, but yeah, he's a good choice. So he has a junior with a charger, so obviously presents a really threatening front with the 2 Stormclads. They can threaten like 16 inches.
I'm really interested how this list will play out because Haley 2 after the nerf was not that present at tournaments.
Still,
but I think that was because players were afraid of playing Warcaster that just got nerfed.
Yeah, I think people tend to react a little bit too much to nerfs. People have a tendency like,
I was playing.
I'll just drop him immediately.
I play Signar as my main faction, and I'm playing her this weekend as well myself because she's still very strong. Yep.
Sorry to interrupt. Are we missing a 3rd flag on the scenario?
I think they were all set up by
I think there was supposed to be 2 flags.
The wonderful Kieran Bolger.
there's one right
Oh,
here.
okay, but
It's
without
just-
the. Okay.
It just doesn't have the markings.
doesn't have, yeah.
Okay, but that's the same as the first one, 20. 15.
Yeah, it's symmetrical.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a symmetrical line. It's a very live scenario. It's really interesting. It's about how you can get your positioning. If you get your positioning early and you can dominate in the zones, if you can fit a Colossal in between either of the flags, you can have a Colossal that sits in the zone, contests 2 flags as well. So any huge base model is a real potential threat in this.
See,
absolutely.
what I want to see on this tournament in comparison to the previous one, I think the Colossals were in retreat recently. There were not that many Colossals on the list, and this year I think, in comparison to what was in between the WTCs, I think people took a bit more Colossals than for
Well,
last
I
year.
mean, especially, on this scenario, Colossus can give you a massive strategic advantage.
But obviously, also
depend
though,
on terrain.
they can present. Now, the thing with the terrain in the WTC, there's lots of large bits of terrain,
Yeah.
but as long as it isn't completely impassable, you can really leverage those huge bases because you don't have to worry about having access to Pathfinder.
Yeah,
So you can get your huge base, you can just run it up the table and start it off behind a forest or start it off behind a large piece of terrain and just turn up and just project threat across the whole board. And this scenario, like I said, it's great if you have a Colossal you can put it in the right place. Problem is though, if that dies, you suddenly lose all your holding in that side of the
And then it
table,
goes downhill
and then suddenly
real
you will just
That's
lose
a lot of
3,
points,
5.
a lot of points.
Yeah, 3, 5 scenario points, and with the objectives, this scenario I think you can score 5 in one go,
Easily.
6 even.
Yeah.
Now chances of getting 6
Yeah.
are slim, but getting 5. Not outside the realms of possibility. If you've got enough solos and enough spot piece removal.
If you have a good feat,
Yep.
like like a feat that either pushes people out or stops them from advancing towards you, you can really just push people.
Well,
off
that's
of all these
interesting there
flags.
to come back to the matchup we were talking about, Haley 2 versus Veil 2, right? James has in his list, he's got Gun Mages, which obviously have the Thunderbolt. He's got the Black 13th, who have the same. He can TK things, he can push things. He's got a number of solos.
Black 15 doesn't have Thunderbolts.
They don't have
No,
Thunderbolts?
no.
They have Snipe, Black Penny, and
Blood
Brutal.
Brutal.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, sorry. But they can obviously, he can push, maneuver, and get some stuff work done there. The Veil 2 list, looking at it here now, is 2 Carnivians and a Naga, obviously for the magical weapons.
Yeah.
Seraph for a little bit of repositioning. A Succubus, obviously, to keep the spells going. 2
support
Shepherds,
piece.
2 Sorceress on Hellions, a Mist Speaker, the Ice Witches,
Okay, Ice Witches.
and then he has
Double
2 Thrones of Everblade.
Oh.
Right? So it's interesting. Into this matchup, the Thrones, if they can get into any small unit of lads, all dead.
Yeah, gone.
Right?
Dead.
But if Haley can TK them around, feet on them, they are useless. Right?
Done.
That's great. That's great.
and
That's
I
what I'd
think-
like to see, like both thrones being teleported out, turned around, and that would be
Or
fun.
just being TK'd closer, turned around.
Oh, yeah.
2 Stormclads,
Even better.
1 each side, go into a throne, kill 2 thrones,
Gone.
and suddenly the whole list is decimated.
So actually, the terrain might help thrones because they cannot be teleported over any obstacle.
That's true. Yeah. It obviously depends on which table they've selected.
Okay, have they already? Because you're going to play now.
No, I'm not. I'm not playing. No, I'm here for the duration if you want.
Okay.
I think we should just go and find out. I think most of the cast has been chosen.
Shall we show the
and
camera for ourselves?
they've chosen the
sure,
they've chosen the
second,
table
yeah.
sides. At least most of the players have chosen their table
Yeah.
sides.
Do you want me to go and find out the casters?
Sure.
We'll go see. We'll go see who's doing who, and then I'll come back to you there in a minute.
All right, great.
Hello again. Here we go.
And we're back for another round of Grudge matches. Is that some of the Welsh blokes I can see? Yes, Adopters round. That is true. We are playing Wales against Ireland. The Anglican Grudge match. I'm not sure they all count. as Anglo-Saxon Grudge match. There we go. And we're just getting some info on which particular matchups are going to be playing on which particular tables and who is on which side.
Exactly.
So let's take
I think they're already begun to setting up rollers on table 3. They're already beginning their game. Shall we switch to?
Yeah, let's switch to table 3.
Do we have a confirmation which? No, not yet. Which
Not
classes?
yet.
But
We're
I
gonna
think
be
that's
getting
the
those.
Veil 2 list
That
we have been discussing.
That is the Veil 2 list
yeah.
that we've been discussing. And I
Against
think
Haley
that's-
2,
that's
against Haley
Haley
2.
The exact
Yeah,
matchup
yeah,
that we
okay.
were just talking about.
Okay.
So I have the rest of the pairings. So is that the that's the Haley 2 Veil?
Okay, let's.
Okay,
Haley
so
2 versus Hale. Let's see the play. So we have
After we fill up
Haley 2 on the
the
right-hand
table,
side.
we'll make our bets. Who's
Okay.
going to win?
Yeah, yeah.
Who's going to lose? That's going to be interesting. I'll make a straw poll. I'll post it on chat, so we will be able.
right.
to...
So which one here? So it's Connor.
So table 2 is the
Oh
one.
yeah,
we're
that's
yeah.
not as Anglo-Saxon. That's a Celtic
Grudge match. There we go.
Okay, so Haley 2 is being played by James
Yes.
and
James Fitzsimmons, right?
Fitzsimons, yeah, and
Is it
Vale.
Fitzsimmons or Fitzsimons?
Oh, it doesn't matter. And Legion is being played by Dan Jones.
Dan Jones on the left-hand side of the screen, right?
Yep, Dan is on the left there.
Okay, and then let's take a. Hold on, I just have to fiddle with some of the graphics,
Yeah, no problem.
the UI. In the meantime, why don't we take a look at table 1, where the players are busy getting set up, and then you can talk a little bit about the players that are playing
Yeah.
right there.
So this is Byron is playing against Connor. Connor selected Morgul 2 for this game, and Byron's going to be playing Cole Grimmer.
Cool, Grimmer. I love this.
Grimmer, yeah.
I love this warcaster.
She's a great
She's
mix-up
nuts.
for trolls. She's making it really interesting. She's,
I think she basically dominated the troll meta.
yeah.
Don't you think?
She's come onto the scene pretty fast and pretty
Yeah.
hard. She's a real force to be reckoned with.
She's really good.
Yeah.
So what makes her so good?
Well, so trolls typically, obviously, they're slow. They don't have any guns. They're often, walking towards you and having to hit you with their sticks or their hammers or whatever.
Prone to get shot out from the table.
And also, yeah, you just trolls into a gun line. Trolls just lose. Cole Grimmer has a cloud wall. Cole Grimmer has the option to take one of the most ridiculous assassinations possible, where she gets her. She has an ability.
Movement and teleport ranges.
She has Mirage style spell. She has a cold spray, a magical cold spray,
Critical,
which she gets crit stationary, and
crit
she
stationary.
gets signs and portents on it as well.
Oh, of
whenever
course.
she uses it.
Why
and
not?
then, of course, if you have the cold stone, you can get +2. I think it's +2 damage on the cold stone.
The
for
cold damage.
Cold damage, yeah, but it's a cold spray, so
Yeah.
so she can buff that up to POW 14, I believe. So she's just a crazy different type of caster
Yeah,
compared
that
to
is-
what
that
trolls
is
are used
Totally
to.
different. Something
And
new
if you-
input.
That's something you would
Yeah.
expect to see in something like Legion or something.
Yeah, and if you
know?
pair her with anything like a big brick, like a Doomy 2, or like in this case I think it's Doomy 2 is his pair.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got that kind of threat. If you pick the wrong list, I can just threaten you really hard here. So
Yeah.
that's the wrong table.
Yeah, I'm just getting the sides correct. So we have Byron playing on the left-hand side
Yep.
of the screen there, and then we have Connor playing on the right-hand side of the screen.
Yeah, who's
with
playing Morgul?
with Morgul too.
Morgul 2.
Okay, very nice. Let's take a look at table number 2. Whilst everybody's getting set up on table number 2, I see.
So it's Mike versus Matthew. So on the right-hand side is Mike there, and he's playing a Animag
yeah.
with his Blightbringer there, Percy. And on the left-hand side, that will be Dan. No, not Dan. Sorry, Matthew Hopkins, who's playing Zakova 1, which is an interesting choice.
Hello.
Zakova 1 into the Legion lads. I mean, he's got a lot of attacks, which could mean
He's playing Zerkova 1 full stop.
he's got a lot of attacks. She's got a really good feat. What's interesting to look at this table here is the terrain. There's a big, huge building in the middle. There's a huge bit of rubble there. Looks like a hill at the top.
Yeah. We have some.
We'll have a.
We got some. Well, one thing that we've noticed already in the previous Grudge matches is the central building.
Yeah.
The central building. There's a couple of tables here where they've been absolutely crucial in actually just determining how the entire game goes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a trend that we're going to be seeing throughout the rest of this WTC is the central terrain. Really determining the matchup, because you get
Absolutely,
to choose.
yeah.
You get to choose your matchup, and there are some
Well,
matchups.
I think it's table 4.
Yeah.
If you look at the terrain on table 4,
Yeah,
it
let's
is a
go to
circle
table
player's wet dream. Look at the size of those three huge
beautiful.
forests
Oh, look at
just
this.
sitting there.
Forest, and.
But it is froze. The camera froze.
That's brilliant.
But the camera froze.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
I think
don't-
that's those two are hills. Those two things there.
Yeah, we have 2 square hills here, and
That's
and
it, yeah.
a square hill is here.
Could you
And-
please maybe shall we change the table
Yes.
to table 2? and confirm which terrains are we seeing? There's a question.
Yes. Sure. On table 2, we have, I believe we have 1 and 2 pieces of rough terrain.
What about this one in left bottom?
Then we have
that's the same as well.
I believe this is either rough terrain or a hill.
No, I think the thing at the top is a hill, is it, or is that an obstruction?
No, obstructions can't be that large. I'm pretty sure that.
What I'll do is I'll go ask the guys what they've
What
said.
they agreed on.
Said they are.
Okay,
Yeah,
what they
sure.
agreed on. Okay, are we seeing right now? Okay, so from which teams are those players from? Are they from the same teams or they are mixed?
We once again we have a mixed matchup.
Ah,
so
mixed
we have 2 Welsh teams and 2 Irish teams, and
okay.
they've decided to mix and match their players, which
Just for fun.
So what they've gone for there's 3 pieces of rubble, which are those 3 larger areas.
Smart Lake 791. We're
3
And
pieces
then
of rubble.
an obstruction in the centre and an obstruction at the top.
Also, those are both
That's
obstructions.
a giant rock
2
formation. And then
impossible
big-ass
to
obstructions
raise.
right
Yep,
there.
and then there's 2 puddles and a linear obstacle or a wall or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah, on the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is going to be a pretty. I mean, especially this choke point here is going to be very important.
But it's closer to the where's he from? He is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We have to take a look at the nationalities. So hold on. So we have
And
on
shall we
table
change
1
flags as well?
Yes, we'll change the flags in a second. So
Okay.
on table 1, we might have to adjust the camera a little bit on table 1. It's angled a little bit
Oh yeah.
steeply towards
Okay.
you.
It's table
It's
number
that,
5.
it's that really high camera up all the way on the top.
that's a high camera.
Yeah. So Byron Lee is playing for.
So Byron is playing for Wales.
Yeah, with Connor
is
from
Ireland.
And then on.
Which camera is it? Is it the
That one.
It's that one, yeah, it's the really high one.
what about this one?
No, that one's not.
Recording. This one is for streaming.
Yeah, that one's for streaming. So move that one a little bit down.
Sure, it's not this one. Yeah, that's this one.
Oh, yeah, it is. Sorry. Whoops. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, that's much better. Thank you. And then on table 2, on the left-hand side, we have Matthew Hopkins,
Yeah,
who's
who's for
playing
Wales.
for Wales.
And then on the right is Mike, who's playing for Ireland.
Oh, well, right-hand side, we're playing for Ireland. And then on table 3, we have Dan Jones, who
On the
is
left for Wales.
On the left-hand side is also.
That's the middle table. I will move a bit the clock so we can see the time.
Yes, and we're just going to adjust the clock for you guys there. And then on table 4, who do we have on table 4?
So we have Cahill on the right,
Yes.
who is the Irish player, and he's playing Kruger 2. And then on the left we have Adam, who's the Welsh player, who's playing Alara.
Go Elara.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite heroes right there. Okay. And then on
That one
to
seems to have frozen as well. I don't know if it's.
yeah, camera 4 seems to have frozen, so we're going to be coming back to that one in a while once we get the
What about the clock on the other tables? This is the table needs
table
adjustment.
5 needs clock adjustment.
So on your left you have Adam playing for Ireland with Denny 3, and on the right it's Martin playing for Wales with Kruger 2, I believe. Yeah.
Kruger 2. Very interesting matchup.
Just a little bit further.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Closer, yeah. So it looks like Adam and Matt here have already gotten stuck into it.
Yep.
I've already advanced quite aggressively across the table. We should take a look at the respective army lists. So let's take a look at Adam's Denny 3 list to see what he's brought.
Adam is running. Let me just get it up there. Load it. He is running Denny 3 with a Death Ripper, Carabidis, a Seether, Satix's Blood Priestess,
Yes.
the Araxia solo. This is obviously in Slaughter Fleet. Garrulac Slaughterborn, 2 units of Smog Belchers, 1 unit of Boarding Party, the Max Trollkin Marauders.
Boarding party
with-
up here.
With their yeah, sure. With their UA, and then there's the Dirge Seers, the Shard Dirge Seers.
We have another guest joining us. the man, the myth, the legend, the active player himself.
Like I'm a bit washed up, guys. Been a while. Like last year I went 2-4, and more importantly, I'm very hungover.
Yes, we've already been hearing stories about yesterday nights appeared to be quite a
That's a big mystery to us.
quite a doozy.
I wish I had something funny, but I just got super fucked. I actually, here's the thing. Sometimes you drink too much, you end up not going on drunken adventures because you pass out.
Oh yeah.
That's
Sometimes
always a bad thing.
So that was you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was-
Maybe it's better for you.
It was better for me given what happened to
Could you
everyone
please
else.
introduce yourself to our spectators?
Sure. Hi, my name's Chris. I'm playing for Team Australia. I'm a new player. Please go easy on me.
Okay.
Not a you big fat liar. Chris, we're talking about, of course, is Chris Davies,
Yep.
the three-time, the triple crown
World champion.
winner of.
I believe it was
All-time great.
winner of War Machine 2016, winner of the War Machine Participation Trophy 2017.
There we go. Yes.
How shall I spell the name? It's
Well,
Chris. Is it Chris? Your name?
Chris.
You okay. Your last name?
Davies. Davies.
Yeah, so Chris actually not only managed to win the WTC, but he also managed to win, the Iron Gauntlet and Lock and Load?
And War Machine Weekend, yeah.
And War Machine
As
Weekend.
for, I
All
have
in
some
the same
stats
year.
from previous years. I can see you have been 3 times already to
Three times,
WTC. Yeah. So out of 18 games, you won 11. It's over 60% of win ratio.
Yeah.
That's a good score.
It was pretty good, yeah.
That's even taking into account last year.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Isn't that comforting?
Yep. Alright, we'll probably have to... I do actually have a bet that a friend of mine made. If I don't win more games than I lose, then I gotta play this god-awful Legion list. I'll just say it is. Animag in Oracles.
What the hell?
It doesn't get any better when you find out about it. I've not actually read through the list because it's... You know when you sort of read something man was not meant to know and your eyes slide over? Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, it sounds like the Australian equivalent of the Finnish Kuva Prize,
Yes.
which is awarded every year to the worst Finnish WTC player, whereby they have to wear a pink cape to every single War Machine event for the next year. So obviously we'll be very interested to see who wins the Kuva Prize this year.
Yes.
And Chris, if you do particularly poorly, they may give it to you.
Yep, well, we'll see how we go.
So not only will you have to play Animag
his full
in
name is
Oracles,
Lyles,
but you'll have to play wearing a pink cape.
Yeah, but I
Shit.
think
This escalated very quickly. Okay, I
Then-
should probably try and participate and help out. So
Yes.
we have Denny 3, it looks like, versus
Kruger 2. where-
Jenkins and Kruger 2.
That's right, yes.
Alright, that looks like he chucked out a Lightning Storm, Geoman Seed.
Yes. Some initial tit for tat trades going on here, just trying to snipe some stuff out.
I don't know. He's on the web stream. I don't know.
And that's alright, we don't need to do the stats just now. What do you think? Kruger 2 into Denny 3 with
This looks like
Pirates and
Slaughter
Ogrins? Yeah, it is.
So my
Slaughter
gut feeling is this is actually probably bad for Denny, just without actually looking at the list at all, because I've played similar games. Those Lightning Storm Geomancies, you don't think much of it until you play into it. The main problem is, not only do they throw out the cloud, the AoE, and the AoE is, first of all, the AoE is just power 10, I think. Maybe, I think it's power 10 for the whole damn thing, which is good, because that's basically what you want to kill, these kind of trolls. If I'm not mistaken, he's throwing out a unit of Marauders.
Yeah.
Now, Clearly that, they can boost, and the wards themselves are very fury efficient because of that. Then these Templars get laid down. You see now that Jenkins is out of range, and what he's doing is just chucking them anyway. So he can chuck down the Templar, scatter it. It will still do a bunch of damage, but more importantly, it'll just leave this asshole template scattered there. You see, there's one right next to where Denny is right now.
That one's going to be a huge pain in the ass because he has to get all of his support models over here in the background, like all of these squishy guys over here.
Yeah.
They have to find a way to now go around that template.
Correct. And then the final kicker is that if he does it right, because it's Kruger, either Kruger can feat to cover the walls, or Kruger can just TK them back if the threat range isn't that much. Like, you can give a couple of charges off to walls, it doesn't really matter. In fact, if anything, you might want to do so. He's making some tough checks here. I think that hit 2, and probably also put Denny itself. And you're like, look at that, that wall just basically, it keeps doing this, and it's very The problem isn't that it lasts just the one turn. The problem is that it happens pretty much every turn.
Every turn, yeah, and then
Yeah.
it stays throughout your opponent's turn, and
Yeah.
then he has to deal with it. And once it starts getting later in the game, your model counts start getting lower and lower,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get into a position where you have to run one model to contest a flag.
Yes.
And if there's a lightning storm right in the way,
Yeah.
you either take the damage or you can't contest.
Yeah, exactly. And so what happened is he's triggered Vengeance off of that, so that's probably the unit that has Jessica. And you can see what he's doing is he's moving, I think that's Megalith, or just a very big walled. What he wants to do, right, so let's just say he scattered that one differently and it's scattered where, you know, the guys want to go, then they got a fucking hell of a time actually vengeancing forward, right? So if it scatters like there-ish...
Oh yeah, I mean this,
yeah,
this,
you're like,
this
what
is
the-
your idea.
You're like,
right
okay,
here.
and I don't think Kruger's activated yet. Like, again, like I've sort of come into this halfway through, but because Kruger hasn't activated yet, he can just like pull everyone back, or if he really wants to, you can just decide like, you know what, I'm just going to feat so that you just get to eat this for 2 turns, and the feat has the bonus thing of pulling that guy and pushing backwards.
Oh, this one right
Into
here.
the fire.
Yeah.
Now I
straight
don't
into
know.
fire.
Now these guys are not. Marauders are hilarious as a side, just as a simple aside. They're because they have all of this fire stuff, and yet their gunshot isn't fire. They don't actually cause continuous fire. They cause giant fires. Like,
And are they at least immune to fire?
they're not immune to fire.
Why the hell not?
Why would they be?
Come on.
It's just like,
Like if it's your job to work with fire,
Yeah.
you should be immune to fire.
yeah, they're not wearing protective clothing. Very no hatred here. It's just all nuts. All right, so that looks like a spray template, which can only mean a bunch of sentry stones are going to do
Oh
work.
yes.
So you look at this, right? This is just... It isn't anything much. You think, oh, okay, there's just all of these little pinprick attacks. But because it's Kruger at the helm, the ability to retaliate against it is super terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so basically you have to now just, Denny 3 has to walk up the field,
Yeah.
has to take chip damage every single turn that she can't really do anything about.
Yeah.
And eventually by the time Denny gets to a point where she actually gets to, play on scenario and get aggressive, half her army's gone.
Yes.
Yeah. She can get up to 17 defense.
Denny herself is typically def 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has
So she is 17 now.
She'll be fine. Yeah,
She'll be
yeah.
fine.
Denny
It-
will be fine. It's the army that's going to be
Yeah. Now, that all being said, right, this isn't all like doom and gloom for Denny, because end of the day, I think on this particular scenario, assuming he has enough solos, weirdly, actually, as an aside, Slaughter Fleet. Oh god. Actually, look at this ring here. I just realized something. Right, that ring is just literally on that flag. So how would you run a solo to contest it? You can't, right? You're like, and it isn't intentional, right? But
That's a pretty good play.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, even like, okay, this is obviously this one down here is a lucky drift.
Yeah.
But if there's a model nearby,
Yeah.
right, you can drop a storm in that general direction.
it will hit something, right?
It'll roundabout, like it'll always end up like here, or it'll end up here, and
right.
sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll end up here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you're essentially contesting a flag
By
from
accident.
from like 15 inches away, which
So,
is crazy.
Yeah, that being said though, this is probably one of those scenarios where, so from experience, it's Mirage as a scenario, and there'll probably be almost no scenario action until one player gets a huge attrition lead.
And then all of a sudden, it's going to be
Yeah.
like, I score 4 points.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is though, is like Denny can, if I remember correctly, Denny can actually control the flag and her own zone. She probably, or she because of the huge base bonus, she can just get there. So it's actually possible I think Denny might have to play quite aggressive this game, but then, she does so and she's quite happy with that, right?
Sure. I mean, that's one of the central parts of playing Denny 3 well,
Yeah.
is being able to play her aggressively yet safely. And that's always the most difficult balance to tread is how far do you put her forward, because if you leave her too far back, she's not contributing. If she's not contributing, then you're not getting the most out of that huge base. You
Correct.
need her to be in the thick of things, but you still need her to be safe at the same time, which
Yeah.
is a very tricky balance to manage.
Poltergeist helps because it's actually a weird punish, especially against guns, because a lot of people leave you just in range for one gunshot. If you miss that gunshot, especially if you have multiples,
Oh,
you
it's
get pushed
so
out.
sad. There's nothing more satisfying than bumping somebody at range with Poltergeist.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I
So a
don't get
fun
this.
story about Poltergeist. I was at the Irish Masters a few years ago in Mark II, and I was playing against Martin the Don Hornacek.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah.
And he was playing some Scorncaster that has Poltergeist, the defeat.
Mordecai.
Mordecai. And I was like, right, well, I just have to kill this Void Spirit. Haley can totally do it with this one Arcane Bolt. She shoots, she misses, Haley gets pushed into the kill box, and I cede 2 scenario points straight away. On my own turn.
Oh no.
Oh.
You didn't have any points left for TKing yourself out.
No, I didn't. I spent everything to get there. So that was that game.
Whoops, daisies.
I mean, I definitely remember that. Remember the old kill box which auto killed you?
Yeah,
that was
ridiculous.
Yeah, that was definitely. I definitely remember something like that happening too.
Yeah, it happened more than once.
Okay, guys,
I have some cool stats for both teams.
Okay, yeah, let's look at some
So
stats.
Byron Lee is in team
Wales.
Wales.
Yeah, the W's.
Byron
Wales
Lyles.
and
Okay,
Lyles. Lyles.
Yeah,
Byron,
I don't know exactly how it's spelled though, so that's why
neither
it's
do
just
I.
kind of...
Byron
Okay, so
Lyles
basically-
on the left-hand side of the screen right now.
Yep.
There are 2 players from our Welsh team that already took part in 3 WTCs. It's Byron Lyles and Martin Jenkins. And the other 2, Dan Jones and Adam Williams, took part in 1 WTC. And from what I know, Matthew Hopkins is a newcomer.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. And as for Irish team, we have 2 players, James Fitzsimons and Mike
He's
Porter.
playing on the right-hand side on table 3 that we're
They
looking
already
at
took
right
part
now.
in 1 WTC. And Kale,
No, Mike's
is
been
the-
to like 3, and
Okay.
James has been to 2, I believe.
okay, so maybe we'll have
This
some
might be Mike's 4.
spelling mistakes here in
He
the
might be
database.
Michael Porter as opposed to Mike. I don't know.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, okay, so Mike Porter has been to 3 WTCs
Yeah,
already.
this is his 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But KO Redmond, Adam Court, and Connor Pender, that's it.
virgins.
Yep, these
Yeah.
are all there. This is their first
Oh.
season.
So the Irish virgins are coming for you. All right, let's have a quick, brief overview of all 5 tables. On table 1, we have Byron Lyles from Wales on the left-hand side with his Cold Grimmer. He is about to start his first turn against Connor from Ireland with his Morgul 2. He's moved forward very aggressively. We have a pretty aggressive push on this bottom zone right here. Nice little bunker up, and then a nice little infantry jam on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah. They'll be definitely jamming
He's probably going to try and maybe potentially get around this house over here to either that, or he's going to hide behind this building.
Okay,
and then,
maybe both.
Yeah.
and then
both
send
ways.
in people to contest.
Because you have
Just
to
drip feed them.
Yeah, you have to, just as a brief without getting too sidetracked, you have to, against Cold Grammar, be very careful with infantry because she's just incredibly good at murdering.
Yeah.
Like, so Annihilator play here will be quite key, as in, like, actually getting value out of them instead of just, like, effectively sending them to their deaths.
So maybe he might be better off keeping his Annihilators right about here, waiting for Byron to commit something and then sending in 1 or 2 Annihilators at a time to do some damage.
Correct.
Instead of just running them up the table and getting them killed. Yeah. Okay. And on table 2, we have Matthew Hopkins from Wales on the left-hand side with his Zerkova 1, who's pushed forward quite aggressively. In this particular table, the terrain that we really have to watch out for is these 2 massive obstructions which force one big choke point here, which is going to be is going to be the deciding basically point of this game to see whether or not they can make it to the other side of the choke point without dying.
Right, you also, in this particular case, as a Kado player, I can tell you, like, what he's also done is he's done the Zakova special, where this guy here is a Draken.
Yeah.
This
Right.
one. Yeah.
And also Zakova, if I'm not mistaken, is right there.
Yeah.
So if you walk into the cloud, he can immediately countercharge you.
Yeah.
Countercharge.
Or use Watcher on this Juggernaut here.
And then watch it.
Yes.
Bam, 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 bam. You're dead.
Right.
You're dead.
Side, I mean, to be fair, he is against Legion, but remember when clouds were completely useless against Legion? Yeah, those were the days.
Oh, yeah.
Those days are long gone.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, the list there, Mike is playing with the ogres. He's only got the 1 gun on the Blightbringer, so there's not really much to worry about in terms of trying to get through the clouds. Obviously, he can shoot his big blob through the clouds if he wants to, or use it to set up a good charge by the Chosen or anything there. Interestingly enough, he has the Hellmouth there, you just see in the top of the screen, and then the Hellmouth down in the bottom. That Hellmouth there at the top of the screen is hidden behind that huge obstruction.
It's
so
so
that,
safe.
so that tentacle can run out, grab something.
Yeah,
And what's even more interesting,
Hellmouth right there.
it's standing right next to the flag, so probably it almost cannot be charged from the left side.
Yes.
It has to be
yeah.
attacked from it because there's
here
not
you go.
Oh,
enough
yeah.
space.
And these Man of War, there's
Well,
no
here
way
we go.
they're
We
making
see,
it all
we
the way
see some
around.
Chosen coming in there.
There we
I
go.
wonder if that's a run or a charge.
That looks like a run.
Right,
That's got to
the
be a
cloud.
run.
It's got to be a run, so I
Yeah.
guess that
What-
might be out of the Watcher range, or he probably probably isn't triggering
Well,
it yet.
it might not necessarily, because he has a Bog Trog lad
Oh,
to
yeah,
give
true.
guys eyeless sight. So they can have an old
Could
spook
actually
through
be
the
a
clouds.
model
unit.
Yeah.
I think it's
Maybe
only
model.
model.
Yeah. So gut,
Charging
So
Dracon.
I would give eyeless sight to this guy to try and put
Yeah.
some damage
Yeah,
on the Dracoon.
so gut feeling aside with this matchup is this is not going to be a short game, and
No,
any
no,
attempt
no,
to make it a short game by Zakova will probably actually result in her losing. You have to play this one, KG, because otherwise it's just like it's not. You've got against Legion ogres. You have to keep calm when facing it because it's such a dangerous list.
Well, actually, looked like what happened there is the first guy at the bottom ran,
Yeah.
and the guy at the top charged.
Yes.
So he must have had eyeless sight on him, because
Yeah.
he just made an impact attack there onto the guy
Yeah.
he's.
Okay, so
he's
this
reached
guy-
there.
this
or
guy
that guy,
charged.
actually, that guy might be just in the cloud.
Sorry to interrupt. We have a commentary. We shall adjust the flags.
Sure.
Oh yes, we shall adjust the flags.
Oh, yeah, whoops.
Thanks for pointing this out. We haven't noticed.
Okay, let's.
Side
let's
note,
get these
this
flags.
is incredibly dangerous. I will not be
It's
drinking more of it.
so delicious, right?
So good.
Yeah, it's
That's a Quinn's vodka.
yes.
Yeah, look-
Piotr, why don't you tell us this tasty beverage that we are admiring
While
here
we
for our
fix it-
viewers?
while we
Okay,
fix
so
up the clouds.
Quince, that's a fruit. Just Google it. And this alcohol, when you take a sip, in the beginning it's very sweet. The first taste is very sweet, but aftertaste it leaves a sour, sour aftertaste, and it's very very delicious.
And then you wake up at home 3 days later.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah, so I've got work tomorrow. I've got a trade convention to go to, and I would like to actually, not go 1-5 this year. I mean, it looked great for your stats because I literally have a 50-50 win record, going 5-1, 4-2, 2-4, and 1-5. Like that's just beautiful mathematics.
And then we would make a special about it. About how the mighty have fallen. You know.
And then maybe I'll have to book a permanent booth in this commentary booth.
Yeah, once your win rate is low enough, then you become a commentator.
Yes,
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Retire, write a book, and do commentary.
That's right.
So we should go to table 3 now. Where it
Yeah,
looks like
let's take-
some action is happening.
Yeah, so
All right.
here we go. We have looks like we have a
So it looks like a Stormclad
James, yeah.
has gone
in
deep
on
onto
the
that throne.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's obviously been TA'd, probably TK'd, and just
Probably,
sent,
yeah.
sent downtown.
He's thrown. He's
And
in
it
a
looks
feat-
like Haley's feed has gone out as well.
Yeah,
So
we can see the feed token.
yeah, I'd
feet
expect
down there.
that throne might be facing the wrong way as well.
It
You can't
looks
really
Difficult
tell.
to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Canadian.
Hello.
That was that a Carnivian or was that
That
a
was
sorceress?
I'm pretty sure that's actually a sorceress.
Yeah, it was a
on-
sorceress on a Hellion. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
that,
nice
but
little
that
free
takes
kill.
away the bubble, which means that maybe he can leverage
shoot
the
right
gun
now.
mages on the right hand side.
Gut feeling is that sorceress died to electro leaps from the.
Oh, yeah, that's
Stormclad.
very
Bashing
possible,
it-
actually.
bashing
Yeah,
it like
that's-
6
yeah,
times,
yeah.
right?
But it looks like now he's preparing to move the gun mages up and just probably snipe or thunderbolt whatever's sat there between the
Yeah.
Carnivian and the sorceress, the seraph. Sorry,
I think
that might be the other
maybe
sorceress.
a couple of thunderbolts on the Seraph would go a long way, just to keep his
I miss so much the Deadeye on Haley too.
Yeah, it depends.
It
on
was
the plan
so
for
good
the,
with gun mages.
Yeah.
So you could
Oh,
see
double ones, is it?
No, I think it's.
One,
No, I think that was damage, but still not great. So
It looks like he's shooting the.
Seraph?
I think he's shooting the other sorceress. On
Yeah,
the
it
right.
looks like
sorceress.
the
Sorceress.
I mean,
the
it
one
makes
in the
sense, right?
blue.
It
Makes
does.
sense, right? The rest of the army is probably just like it's too hard for gun
Well, if
mages
he
to
if he feeds on him, he can't counter react
Yeah.
this turn. He
Yeah.
can lock him out, kill the models that can effectively influence the game later on.
Yeah.
And then next turn he has the opportunity to put his other Stormclad deep into the
This is
thrones or the Carnivians.
Yeah, I mean, this is some classic Haley 2. What you do is classic new Haley 2, I should say.
Oh yeah.
New school.
When you get down to it, right, what you actually want to do is, if you just basically feed on half the models and then try and kill the other half.
Yep.
And then set yourself up with more moves to just get attrition work later in the turn. I reckon that Haley hasn't activated all her models yet either, so...
No, I'm pretty sure we still have this entire south flank.
Yeah,
left
because
to
that charger
activate.
doesn't look like it's done anything yet, and it looks like the kind of thing you'd want to get work done.
Yeah, I think we still have some focus lying around as well that hasn't been used.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be seeing some more
Yeah.
from James here, potentially trying to drop in either some incidental chip damage on either of these war beasts, or just sniping out the remaining hit points on that.
So
that
depending on
precious-
how many models he rolled for the feat, obviously there's you get D3 plus 5,
or something.
right?
Like
So it's a maximum of 8.
Yes.
So he's got 6 minimum. You have the 2 thrones, the 2 Carnivians, which is your 4,
And that's-
and then you
probably one of the other war beasts
the
as well.
Hellion and not the Hellion, the Seraph, and maybe the Nag.
Maybe even a Warcaster.
Maybe also Veil herself. Yeah. if you could
Veil
get onto it.
maybe.
Okay,
it
that looks like
that's-
that looks like them trying to kill. No, I don't know.
Well, it's now back to the other turn there. It's not James's turn anymore, it's Dan's turn. So it looks like he might be thinking about throwing a lad into what I assume is a cloud bank.
Yeah,
That looks like a cloud bank.
And then getting some assassination spells off Veil into Haley.
That'll be quick.
Which
Are
would
we
be-
going to be
which-
seeing an assassination? I think we might want to stay on this table just in
Well,
case.
it looks like Haley's camping a couple, and,
I'd say she's camping 1 or 2.
and
yeah.
she may have Arcane Shield on her as well.
Yeah.
So-
looks like a.
Shall I confirm it? I can
Yeah,
confirm
go
it.
ahead.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's
just going
whether
to
he
check.
can get the right guys in there without getting engaged or engaging the gun mages that are the Black 13th that are hidden in that cloud.
Yeah.
But if he can, and he can get some spells, so yeah, Arcane
but
Shield.
I mean-
I think it's
and,
Arcane Shield.
One camp.
Okay, it's not Arcane Shield, it's Force Field.
Oh, Force Field.
Okay.
Force field.
This could be over. Yeah, so my gut feeling is that Seraph will just like forfeit action to move and just walk in there, get hit in the back by Veil, and maybe through.
Just
block.
pop that thing right
Is there
here.
some ice switches? Are they the ones that give
Yeah,
like
Ice Witches give Puppet
puppetry?
Master.
Yeah,
Puppet
okay.
Master. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
There
look,
we go,
you know
we're
what? We
positioning it
did
right
say
now.
we did say it was a classic game. I guess that just means the classic.
Classic Veil.
We're going back to Mark II, ladies and
All right,
gentlemen.
there was a technical question here, which I definitely do not want to answer on account of if I try and look at it, I think I might crash the entire stream. So.
Oh my god, a technical question. If you guys have a minute, are you using NDI and OBS to get the feeds in the graphics? Are you willing to
We are
use
using
more
XSplit, but if you want to know something more, you would need to ask Marcin, who is the owner of Warren PL.
Yes.
And post or send in this request directly on Facebook.
Yes.
He would probably have more intel into that. So
Yeah, it's whatever this software is on this screen that's splitting the cameras, right?
Yeah.
It's the big one.
We can show our setup right now.
Yes, let's take a look at the. There we go. Piotr is just going
Just get
to
rid of that.
take a little. There we go. That's us. Hi. Hey. Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
And so this is the setup that we have. We have a soundboard over here. We have our main
Turn the
PC.
vodka bottle around, right, so that you can see.
Yeah. You might want to share that one.
Could you please switch or turn it back?
Yes. And we're gonna switch it back right now. Yep.
So I'd say if we head back to the James and
Table
Dan game,
three,
table
yeah.
3,
We're
to
about
see
to-
what's happening here
let's take a look.
with Veil, see if any actions have happened. Now, it looks like it's just more of a tank time for Dan, just trying
Dan
to figure
is-
out
yeah.
is it going to happen? Where's Veil?
is
is
it
the
even
question.
worth it?
Veil is
She's up there.
right up here. So she's definitely in range.
She's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if she got feeded on, which might be one of the.
Looks like someone had taken some damage because
there
they was just
is-
doing
there's
it
a
there,
token
there.
here,
I
which
can't tell what models did
because
get
Dan
feeded.
is using wooden tokens. So there's a plastic token here, which might be
Fit token.
James's.
Maybe a fit token from Halo 2 player.
Oh yeah, that's very possible actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean-
would use that.
If he's able to get Veil there, what's the range on her? No, it looks like it's her stack.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's her
alright.
stack, which just grew considerably. It's like, yeah, you like that? Yeah. Big stack, big control range.
Yeah, big side, big orange, big threat onto Haley. If he can get the right configuration of models into that cloud position to get in range to start slinging some spells, it's probably you still have to hit Haley, right? She's deaf,
she's deaf.
16.
Yeah, I don't believe force field increases her defense.
No, it- no,
It just
no,
makes
it
her
doesn't.
immune to knockdown.
Oh yeah, there
It
we
makes
go.
her immune to knockdown, and it means you can pick direction of scatters.
Yes.
Oh,
So
here
if
we
he
go.
happens to miss,
Throne.
Oh,
maybe
that
using
throne,
a
was
throne
that
as a
throne? Was that throne actually? Oh wait, I know what's gonna.
I bet you the throne wasn't feeded on, and it's
God,
going to
that's
run
it.
into
That's-
position.
That seems like complete suicide if that's the case because.
He's just going to engage himself.
Well, no, it's more that the throne can like charge a bunch of like say that gun mage over there, and just randomly
You can
be a
just
turd.
go in and just go
Because what happens?
gobble.
Exactly. One of the throne's rules is it basically has, if it kills a guy, it has 4 initials to try killing people with.
Oh yeah.
It
just keeps going.
It casts a spell, and in this case,
For free.
for the
Battle Wizard.
Let's
is
say
it?
if
So let's
you
just say
pop
it's
a
there,
throne
and then
here,
it shoots
you
spine bursts.
gobble this guy, and then you just go.
Either that, you spray her directly, or probably more likely you spine burst this
I would
objective
imagine
and
that he'd
bounce it
featured
off.
on it though, but I mean,
Spine-burst and then
because of the
pop.
positioning of Hayley and the
Yeah.
size of her control range, if she got one throne, she's definitely got that other throne.
Yeah.
Like-
But doesn't this throne have is under the Haley's feet influence?
Well, that's what we don't know.
Okay, so I'll check that out for you.
I mean, it should be, right? Like,
I would do that.
We can see James just listening to our commentary from
watching
across the room.
Oh, whoops. James, play better, whoever you are.
Gotta love it. Anybody doing any hobby stuff whilst watching? Asks Lucky God 84. Drinking counts.
Yes.
Eating does not. And yes, we are all busy doing hobby stuff right now.
So I have a confirmation. Both thrones, all heavies, and a Hellion are under the influence of Haley's
Not
feet. Yeah.
Veil herself.
So Veil herself is still available. Alternatively, it may have just been a psychological ploy all along. Just at the beginning of the turn, just put down a tape measure right next to your opponent's caster.
I mean, it does.
And
I mean,
then just,
when you're playing Veil, like that just
you should
goes
just
with
do
the
that every
turn.
turn.
Yeah.
You start every turn with putting down a widget next to your
the
opponent's
worst
caster,
thing
and then
is
just
that
play a
every
turn
turn
normally.
your opponent asks you like how much you're camping as Veil.
Yeah, just as a basic.
Shall we go through tables and make our predictions?
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's
If
take a
if
look.
it's not
To be
too
honest,
late.
I got called away by
Oh, they
my
just begun.
team-ish,
No, this
so-
camera is frozen.
Yeah, that
yeah.
PC might need to be.
So table 4 is just gonna happen,
Yep.
and whatever happens on that table happens. Unfortunately, this is the retribution table, which is a shame because I love retribution.
Nah, Retribution is the worst.
I just
Okay,
wait
so
to
that's
see
Alright,
it.
looks like
Bit of a different scene here now.
Oh, hello.
It looks like a lot of trolls have gone deep into there.
yeah, but
Way deep.
it looks like they ran a lot. I also got
Yes.
these guys at the top, which I think they're smog belchers.
Smog Belch is flanking around the sides.
Yeah.
We have a weak little push on the right hand side, and
I think it's Caradis down there with
Characters, yeah.
with some more.
with some more lads.
I
don't know
reckon
any
what
of these models
happened,
are.
right, is that one of the oh wait a minute.
Is
no.
it?
Hang on, that Sentry Stone is still alive.
Yes, this Sentry Stone right here is still alive and kicking. So he basically just killed the mannequins. He killed 3 mannequins and just there's a mannequin right here. He killed 2 mannequins and just ran for it.
Or unless it's Martin Stone, he just placed that mannequin down, which I think is what he's doing. Yeah,
I think
he's
it's just the start of Martin's
it's-
turn there, so I think
Martin's
he's
just starting. Yeah.
right.
So he's going to be putting down some new mannequins probably to get a nice little spray lane, like boop, right there. That'll
It
be a
looks
nice one.
like there hasn't been much scoring, if any.
No, I think this-
flags all seem to be empty. Maybe each person has scored on their zones themselves.
Possibly.
Because obviously the Sentry Stones are in
Could
this
you
bottom
please-
zone.
Could you please check the table 4 if it's
Table
still
4. Let's take a look.
Okay, so yeah,
there we go.
That's a bit
Let's
different.
do some
So
analysis.
what is
right
going
here.
on here? Yeah.
Okay,
Those
so
are
we
quick
have
turns.
Alara on the left-hand side of the table, and let's take a look. So we have some halberdiers on the bottom flank right here. We have some rifle teams bringing up the middle. We have a Phoenix that has actually gone in on Kahal. Kahal. On Kahal's forces, we have.
Looks like he's rolling damage on a
A heavy.
on a
Megalith,
heavy,
maybe?
probably this heavy right here.
that one.
Or
Is
this
that
one.
ram hands or a?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, so we have a ram hands and we have a megalith right here.
Yeah.
And so he's just spending some focus. This Phoenix probably is going in fully buffed and tanked up.
I wouldn't be surprised if it has was it a
It looks
siding
like that's
touch or something.
Siding touch,
probably
yeah.
game over for that model. Yep, and he's dead.
Boop. So we're about to see
Oh.
megalith. Bye bye. So it looks like Alara did the Alara thing and got the Alpha Strike, sending in a heavy. Obviously, that Phoenix is going to get deleted next turn. Also, on the top flank, we have a.
Is that the Pain Knight?
That's the Pain Knight doing in and went in and did his work, and then we have some more halberdiers in the back waiting for the inevitable feat turn.
This is probably a way of also, if you're playing against Kruger, this is kind of the infantry setup you sort of want to do, which is you have a lot of models in small groups so that the lightning storm cannot actually hurt as many of you, and the
Yeah.
feet is not as effective, right?
Yeah, you'll be able to get like 2 halberdiers at most for a template.
What's interesting there is that those big forests, though, for those halberdiers could be a bit of a. I think by the nature of the terrain, they're having to avoid trying to go direct in.
Yeah, so they have to flank.
Oh wait,
far
shit, that's
We
a
have a
giant
request.
ass building.
We have a request
this is a
from
big-ass
the
chat
Vale?
to go back to Vale assassination attempt.
Table 3. Let's take a look. If this is going to happen, here we go.
Well,
Let's
I
take a
think
look.
They're definitely rolling dice.
Here we go. There's some dice rolling.
I'll go and check. What's the?
So it looks like Vale has moved up anyway. I can't see a feat token, but that doesn't necessarily mean it hasn't
Yeah,
happened.
so
I think that was her just rolling the Oraculous.
No,
no.
Yeah, he's just
marking
crossing
off,
off the
that's what-
spells.
yeah.
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 So he's obviously.
Over there.
That's right. Yeah, so she's
yeah.
casting for free. You can see the
So
the
we
two
don't know
spells
what
being
model is that proxy base.
All right, so my
But
gut
I
feeling.
assume
marked.
it's the Seraph.
Hellion. No, I think it's the
No,
sorceress.
it's the Seraph.
sorceress?
This one is got to be the Seraph.
Well, where's the other sorceress gone? Oh, there, almost on the floor. So maybe it is that sorceress that's in there. Which one has a lower death?
The sorceress went here. So I'm not sure
I'm
if
pretty
he
sure
just took it off
that's
the
the
table.
dead pile. That's the one that died here.
Yeah, he does have 2 in the list. So,
really?
He had a blue one and he had another colored one. I think the blue one was the sorceress that was over here next to the seraph. So I think this proxy base right here is the sorceress, and he just put her a proxy because of the big ass wings. Okay, so let's take a look.
They've stolen it out. Is it that the assassination came up short, or?
No, they're still.
So you can see
the clock to discuss what it can do because he just didn't know what does it exactly do.
You can see on the left he's been crossing off the spells he's cast on his feat card,
So 2 spells have been cast for free already.
which were probably just buffs, would be my assumption.
Yeah, and now I think we're about to see some damage rolls take place.
Oh, I think that was the icy. It could be the icy grip.
Icy
Not
grip,
sure.
yeah.
Let me pull up one room to see what's.
Yeah, let's. Well, no, I think Warren reorders it anyway. So
shit.
Here we go. So here we go.
So to be honest, right, guys, I might have to go after this one because teamwork and all that. Apparently, we have to do the rest of the matchups or something.
Have fun.
Yeah. But I'll stay for this because why not? Look, I always like seeing Haley die. Let's.
Here we go.
Alright,
that's
so
one
that I
focus
think.
then.
Focus, yeah.
So the usual way this
Jeez.
goes is you chase in 3 times and then you cast your free Deadly Storm, or you chase in. No, what was?
Oh, that looks like a hit.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing some damage rolls. I think Haley's
He's
out
not
of focus.
marking any damage.
Not
so-
yet.
he did. He marked some on the iPad there a minute ago,
Okay,
I think.
I thought it's that bad that he's not even.
That's
there
good
you go.
luck. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Haley 2 gets sniped out.
Okay, so
By
let's call it
Veil 2.
1 for.
One for Wales. There.
One for Wales.
Oh yeah, go the Taffies. Side note, to anyone who doesn't know, I am actually half Welsh.
Oh, there you go.
So let's have a look at.
All right, peace out, guys. You take care of the rest.
All
of
right,
it.
man. Go get some rest, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning in action.
That's it. Okay, so table 3 is gone right now. Let's switch back to table 1.
So it looks like some of the Scorn boys definitely got in deep in the top.
Yeah, the Annihilators have
They've
gone
gone
in.
and started to punch up a bunch of lads, and you've got the ambushing Paingiver lads. Is it? The Paingiver
guys?
Blood Runners?
Up here, you mean?
Yeah,
These guys.
I think they might have ambushed in.
Yeah, it looks like it, and it looks like they've gone all the way around and have really.
Flanking out whatever's up there. Is it
Yeah.
some?
So a heavy flank push here by Connor.
Yep. Let's have a look there just to see what he has specifically. But I think it's the Paingiver Blood Runners is the unit who gets the option to, with him, perform a in the theme force. They get the option to ambush. So
that's
he's
nice.
ambushed them from the side there, and Morgul too.
So that's going to be good because that allows him to really put some serious contesting in on this.
Yeah, and it also
on this
looks, based on the flags, we've got in the top flag, Connor seems to be scoring that one in the top right. The middle flag seems to be contested, but it looks like Connor's cleared whatever was around it, if there was anything. And in the bottom flag, there's definitely a couple of Scorn models floating around near the
That's
near
right,
that
yeah.
Earthborn.
Let's take a look. Yeah, there's definitely this guy and this guy right here.
So he's obviously putting a lot of pressure on Scenario, knowing that Colgrim is quite slow. But obviously with her feet, she can push a lot of stuff away from
backwards.
those Scenario.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see her feeding.
Yep, I'd say that'll be next turn.
That'll be next
But I
turn.
imagine Connor, he went first, I believe, so this may only be his second turn. So he's not going to score anything here. But it's just getting himself set up to score
For next
the
turn.
turn after,
Yeah,
based on
absolutely.
where he can be. But you see Cole Grimmer's up towards the centre of the field, so when she does feed, she should
here,
catch
right?
that top flag and push any solos that are on that top flag away,
deny the
and
point
deny the early
without
points.
even contesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make sure we get back to this table for Cole Grimmer's free turn. We have a request from the stream to go
Shall we
check up
show the general view for a room?
on. Well, actually, we have a request to go check up
okay, sorry.
on the Denny 3 versus Kruger game.
Okay.
Let's see how that's going. So it's now currently Matt's
Oh no,
turn.
I think it was this game actually, maybe in table 2, Matthew versus Mike.
Oh, Matthew versus Mike. Let's take a look here. What's going on?
The beautiful beach table.
The beautiful beach.
Beautiful.
table. So we have Zakova. I think that looks like it's Zakova, or it could be the Ice Witches. Doing some.
No, it is. That's definitely Zirkova. Or
I think Zakova's there at the back behind the wall.
Is that the new solo for
It's
Democorp with
this guy.
Space?
Yeah, I think it's this guy. He's going to be putting.
So I think they're
Yeah,
just
that's-
discussing if someone can get in there. It's possibly a Warjack. Or maybe it's a gun from the... Are they Manowars?
Yeah, this is the Mano War
Cannon Boy.
Cannon Boy, yeah, one of the two.
So it looks like what happened is those Chosen were pushed in deep. They didn't do a huge amount, but it's kind of set at the point now where you can see Legion are controlling their zone very handily.
Oh yeah.
Kador have dominance on the bottom flag with that Dracoon.
Yeah.
The middle flag seems to be contested by both forces, whereas Legion are holding the top flag there.
Do you think that Dracoon can be tried by the tentacle?
Yep, if the
Definitely.
Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as if the Dracoon stays where he is without charging in,
Yeah, a tentacle.
the
like
tentacle,
here.
the Hellmouth at the bottom there, should be in
Along
range.
this
It's about,
line. If you-
no, I meant the Dracoon at the bottom there by the
Oh,
the
this
other
one.
flag.
Oh, yeah, this
So
one right here.
He could be pulled in there, and then those Warmongers can go
in
to
general,
town.
it's 11.5, almost half
Yeah,
inch
it's
from the
11.6,
mole.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or
Uh,
even
so
more,
if
yeah.
you look there now, obviously you've got. I think that's probably within range.
This one, this
yeah.
definitely looks like this Dracoon's going to be. in
Yeah, that
range,
should be within range.
to be pulled in, and
then those Warmongers can just
all
go
of
to
these
town on
guys
it.
are
Yeah.
just going to go nuts.
Well, that's if they're still alive, because obviously we've got a feat from Zakova. You can see the feat token is down there at the back left, the Welsh feat token.
Right there,
So
right
he's
there.
obviously caught a number of models in the feat and is now attritioning up in the top to try and clear that zone.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's maybe 1 or 2 Chosen left in the zone, and he's making a lot of attacks with the lads there. So and it also looks now the other unit are coming in.
I mean, I think if he's smart about it, he'll use this bottom unit to protect the Dracoon.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's going to go for. He's going to just walk them up,
And
probably
just body
put them
block.
into shield wall,
Yeah.
and leave them there. Now the thing is, shield wall's all well and good, but if he hasn't caught those Warmongers under her feet, and she's quite far back, they can do a lot of damage with the buffs that Animag brings.
That's
know,
right.
if he throws the Blightbringer shot over there first, to give
Oh,
them
yeah.
+2 strength, he gives them Carnage. He feats with Animag to give them Grievous and Dark Shroud.
Yeah, he can
and then
just go
suddenly
straight through all that
he's got
armor.
a +6 armor swing,
Yeah.
and he's just chopping those lads to pieces, even with shield wall.
Yeah,
and as soon as you
that's
take out the one guy in the middle, the shield wall will drop,
Yeah.
and suddenly you can
target this
Yeah.
guy first,
or even
then you pick
put
off
the
this guy.
tentacle in first. You drag out the middle guy.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as he's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
dragged
just
out,
go
you've got
pull him out.
You can just go in for free and get those boys.
Yeah, exactly.
And with the options there, he's got the obviously the Ice Witches. Does he have the Ice Witches in this? I can't remember. I don't think he did actually.
I'm not
which
seeing,
list?
Mike Porter from
Porter.
that one.
yeah, I'm not
Anima-
seeing any.
No, he
No
doesn't
Ice
have the
Witches.
Ice Witches.
No, but he's playing on it. Ice Witches are not.
Yeah,
in
they're
the
not
team.
allowed in the theme force. Yeah, but if he did, obviously he could sort out a bit of puppet strings, and then that would really make a lot of work. And it looks like they're checking here who's in the feat. So
Yeah.
it looks like he's caught the top half of the Legion army.
Yeah, so
but he
just
hasn't
up to
caught
here.
The
He
front
hasn't-
part.
Probably,
the northern
probably
kind of part.
maybe these two guys.
Yeah, maybe. So
Possibly.
there is her feat is pretty incredible. Zakova one's feat. It's fairly underappreciated, I think. But it's going to be interesting to see what Mike can now get out of this with his counterattack.
By the way, we have a message from the chat asking whether or not he does not have the Shock Trooper CA, which stops pushes. Which is a good point because there are in
But
fact
we were discussing the
6 guys
dragging
down here.
raccoon, right?
Where we were then talking
Yeah,
about dragging
dragging these guys out.
Yeah, so-
which if you have the
So
unit
what's,
attachment.
what's his name? What's the name? of the
that
player?
is Matthew Hopkins
Matthew
from
Hopkins.
Wales.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah. That's Wales.
So Lucky God 84.
That's
We're just
Con
gonna check.
Unknown.
Yeah,
Con
sure.
Unknown. Okay, Matthew Hopkins. He
So he
has
has two heavy
indeed
officers,
a
yep.
unit attachment of
He has
shock trooper.
officers on both of his units of shock troopers.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be any tentacle shenanigans going on there. But
Not
that
on
doesn't-
this unit.
Yeah, but then again, he can just kill them
That's it.
if he
yeah.
decides to stack all of his buffs.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Shall we switch tables to?
Yeah, we're going to keep going. Let's take a look back at table 4, where it looks like the field has thinned significantly. As predicted, the Phoenix over here that went in and killed Megalith. Oh, here we go. We
It
have
looks
a
like
feat.
a Kruger feat is
Yeah,
occurring.
we just got a feat like this.
Yep.
One nice big feat bubble gets all of the most important models. I don't think it gets Alara, who is sitting pretty right here all the way in the back.
I think without the models to enable, she's going to be a bit out of luck with the reduced speed and the reduced defense.
Yeah, but I think Alara is out of range.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think there's. But if you look at Kruger's positioning, he's tucked nicely behind that forest.
Yeah, this is a great spot for
yeah.
Kruger. He loves like the kind of forests that have like a little dip in like that. That's perfect. Like,
So
that's
just
your
looking at the scenario pressure here, it looks like the top flag's being secured by Circle. The middle
Yeah.
flag seems to be secured by Circle as well, unless that war jacket's within 4. It's very possible.
It is 4 inches for
It
sure.
is. So this
And
one
then
is
there's
interesting.
is that some sort of shrimp just contesting that flag there to
Yeah.
make sure that
we
there's
have
no.
we have our judge coming in. Mick Conrad, he's judge for WTC this year. He's the only judge present right now in this streaming area. So he's going to solve all the issues.
problems.
Am I supposed to judge this?
No, not yet. Yeah.
No.
Take a seat. Okay.
So
Say
we're just
hello.
looking at Kruger
I'm
2.
Conrad, nice.
Get closer to the mic and take a
Yes,
seat
please
here.
take a seat.
Okay, take a seat. Okay.
Conrad is normally living in UK. Right?
Yes, Conrad, please tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into judging? Quick
Oh, so
2-minute overview.
Okay, yeah. So I'm from Poland originally, but I've been in the UK for a couple of years now. I play mainly Scorn. I have also a few other factions. I played Grimkin for some time, and but for this WTC, I decided to do judging because it's fun to judge.
It is.
And this way, like, I can tell all the teams, all the English teams that didn't want me, that they are getting screwed over this.
The revenge.
Oh, vengeance.
Revenge of the judges.
Oh, yes.
I'm totally not going to do that. It was obviously a joke.
Life rewards the patient man.
So it looks like Cahal's feated
The,
there
the
on
revenge
to,
tastes the best being served cold, or
Yeah.
how was it? The
Yeah,
proverb?
that's how it is.
Probably. Yeah.
Cold and a long time after your opponent
Flat.
expects it.
Oh yeah.
That's the best
That's
way to
the
catch
way.
people off guard. Just be like, no, don't worry. I harbor no ill feelings towards you. 2 years
So
later.
I think actually, if we go back to table 1,
Table 1,
for
yeah.
Byron versus Connor, you can see that some bears have come in on the top right-hand corner.
Oh, hello.
And they've come in to counter
Counter ambush. Oh my
Cold
goodness.
and angry.
After the pain giver blood runner lads came in.
So
came in
we
there
have
as well.
first we have the first ambush over here on the side, and then we have the bear.
And it looks like
drop
those
bear
bears
attack.
are making attacks into those guys and killing one or two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
of the
gonna
guys.
gobble
That's
those
it.
nine.
Those bursts are ridiculous. 10 points for a unit like that being still in
Also,
the ambush.
The way they've positioned means
Oh,
they're
yeah.
contesting that top flag there as
you
well.
think-
Just denying another scoring opportunity.
Do you think that Welsh player forgot about them, or no, sorry, not Welsh, Irish, forgot about them, or he had no way of?
I think there is no
Avoiding
way
it.
of countering it. They will come and they will contest your flag, and there is nothing you can do about it.
and they will always come at the west time.
It's just like, damage control. If I lose a few annihilators to them, it's not too bad, especially if I can like space them
Yeah.
so that they will get 3 of them, for example.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many he got exactly, but Not many.
But it didn't look like the unit leader got into combat. It's just the two bears themselves.
Yeah,
that
just
seem to have-
one and two. They gobbled up a couple of Annihilators.
But is that another unit of bears there in the bottom? That have
Oh,
just,
yeah.
just made a
More
surprise appearance?
bears. Hi-yo.
Now it doesn't look like they've managed to get any models, but it looks like they're into the zone there and probably contesting.
They're in they're contesting the zone and they're threatening.
So putting some scenario pressure on and threatening the back line. Now obviously there's a few gators there that can probably turn around and have a go at them, and some other lads, but that's some serious pressure on both.
I mean, if you end up in a rear arc to somebody, you're taking so much from them. You're taking the charge opportunity, which means you're reducing their damage output. So they have to turn around, they have to walk, and then they have to hit you normally.
Ambushed units are just incredibly
And
good
not
in
only
scenarios
that, but
like
then
that.
you're pulling them away from the front line,
Yeah.
right? So now all of a sudden, right, his front line over here has no gators.
Yep.
Right? So all of a sudden, all of this is just going to be able to waltz right through.
You just need to push forward.
Yeah,
What I'd
like
be
don't turn
interested to
back.
see-
this Mauler over here, like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Is like, does he turn the gators around to focus on these bears behind him, or does he try and go after the
That's the
what is it?
choice he has to make.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what Cole Grimmer does this time, whether she's going to move up and actually feat, or she's going to hold it for one more turn. Because he's contesting most of the scenario elements, aside from that flag in the middle, which doesn't seem to be scored.
And the Scorn army is still far in the back.
Yeah, he could probably
He'd like to
do
influence
a little
more.
bit of attrition, maybe score his own flag at the bottom.
Patience is
Possibly
gold.
clear his zone. I don't know. There's quite a lot of models in his zone, and he doesn't have a huge amount of attacks in that area.
Oh, yeah.
But if a couple of choice sprays from Cole Grimmer could maybe, and also there, actually, sorry, I can just see there's a Mauler stood by his objective. So perhaps that guy can go in and cause a serious amount of damage to anything that's.
Throw a couple.
Throw a couple of lads, slam through the whole unit,
Yeah.
Or just kill them.
or just kill them. And Cole Grimmer can come up, do a couple of sprays, and maybe he can
She's
start
amazing.
his,
I
start
love
his
this Warcaster.
scenario
Warlock.
presence there on that top zone, whilst all the other elements are contested. Then what needs to happen is Connor needs to come back, and he needs to be able to try and get some scenario points himself.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like you said, he's between a rock and a hard place. He's got bears ambushing from the rear on both of his flanks.
That's
he's got
awful.
he's got a Mauler and an Earthborn facing him down on the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
Like a beer.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
about you? Sure. Okay. I'll get a couple.
Okay, so
There's quite a lot happening on that table.
that's
but,
right,
It's
yeah.
going to be a couple more turns, I'd say, before we see any.
yeah, I
any
think
real-
if Byron plays it safe, plays it cool, plays it slow, he can hold off on feeding this turn. Just focus on just getting rid of some of these these harassing infantry models here. Get rid of some of these guys over here. Just kind of thin the Scorn herd a little bit, and then he can focus on feeding later and getting at this juicy center.
Juicy center.
Okay, let's take a look back at table 5. So here we have Adam on the left-hand side from Ireland with his Denny 3 against Matt with his Kruger 2 on the right-hand side. Let's
The flags are back to front.
Martin.
Martin Jenkins, not Matt.
yeah. The thing is, we have players on the majority of the tables. We have Ireland on the right-hand side.
So we'll
It's
just
just
leave it
this
like that.
one
It's fine.
table. This one
He can be
table.
honorary Irish for this anyway, especially if he's going to win. So it looks like there's been a lot of models killed, and it looks like I assume Kruger has just TK'd himself forward, and I think he's probably about to pop his feet.
That's him, right?
No, Kruger's just in this trench here on the right-hand side.
Oh, there he is.
He just as we tuned in, we saw him TKing himself forward.
Okay, yeah.
So I imagine he'll advance, pop the feet, and catch most of the Crick's army.
Yeah, so he'll probably be able to get to about here, something like that, and then catch.
Well, it depends if he needs to, right? He doesn't have to. What I'd be interested in is whether he's going to try and get either the guys in the north, so those guys got by
These
the clock,
guys up here, yeah.
or if he's going to go for the guys down to the south, because there's a warjack there and there's a few other.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, well, these guys are in position to contest here, sure. But other than that, I don't think they're that much of a threat. I think you'd be better off focusing on just saying, you know what, you right here, you and you and you and you and you. I want all of these guys to get feeded on, and then position himself somewhere nicely, kind of here in the middle.
Yeah.
Sure, because
So we just have a chat message there. Can someone let Martin know that his wife is watching, so she can go back to her book? We'll let Martin know that.
Well, let Martin
We'll let him know that he's being observed and
watched.
judged.
and judged. Yes.
But it doesn't look like there's a huge amount happening here now. It looks like it's just posturing, positioning, and just waiting for Fortress Kruger to be attempted to be breached, because he
Yeah.
has those 3-4 heavies in the center. He's got Kruger hidden behind there. He's in a good scoring position in the bottom zone. He's able to control that middle flag as well and that top flag. So
I
I'd
gotta
say he's
say,
probably up
the
in scenario.
longer Kruger can go without popping his feet, the better off.
Absolutely. So maybe he didn't feed this turn and he's just waiting. He's waiting for Adam to commit into that big brick of heavies. Maybe take 1 or 2 out. Maybe contest a little bit. But by the looks of things, Martin has control of the top flag. He has control of the central flag. The bottom flag, it looks to be under Adam's control. Now he's not actually scoring it at the moment, so I assume whatever model was there was killed.
This one right here.
But Martin's probably also scoring his own zone. So it's kind of a race. It's a 3-to-1 race at the moment.
I think this guy here seems to be doing a good job of contesting the zone.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. So I'd say Martin's probably decently high up there on scenario, maybe a 2 or 3 point advantage, which could definitely swing things in his favour as he has Kruger's feet in his back pocket. Now, unless he used it a couple of turns ago to get himself into the situation he's in, but the Krix army isn't particularly fast, so I don't think they have the opportunity to contest as well as they could.
I don't think so, because I think these guys down here, they actually walked there. These guys up here walked around to get there. And these guys over here, they were just basically held back by all of these lightning blasts.
So what I'd be interested to see now is what Adam's going to do, right? It looks like it's his turn is starting. He's going to put Denny deep.
Oh, there we go.
He's going to get some sprays. He's going to cause some damage, and he's hopefully going to clear out that flag and stop him scoring there.
Absolutely, this is going to be probably the most important turn for
Adam. If he can get Denny into there, he can kill that guy. He can trigger Blood Boon, so he gets his free Poltergeist, which means he's got way more focus to spend on doing other things. And then he can obviously scoot back out of there with reposition, and hopefully clear his zone to at least get himself on the scoreboard. Score the bottom flag, that should be no problem. And then these guys are in the bottom. This Warjack and these Troll Boys should hopefully be able to get into Martin's zone to kind of swing the scoring into his favour.
Well, I mean, I have to say, Adam has a pretty strong contingent down here on the bottom with Charybdis and these I think Ogren boarding crew. They look like.
No, I think they are the smoke belchers.
Smoke belchers. Sorry,
Let me
because
double
of the
check his
clouds.
lists there. But I think
they look.
they're the
He
belchers,
has 2 units.
Another
of
unit
smoke
on the top.
Yeah, he has 1 on the bottom and one on the top here. I mean, these guys are finally going to start being relevant, and if he pushes them into this zone,
there isn't much. Yeah, he'd have to commit some.
He's
some
gonna
big
have to,
heavies to get in there.
He's going to have to pull some of these forces over here and bring them down to the south to deal with this threat.
Sorry for being late. I got stopped by Estonian players, and just a fun fact. Cheers in Estonian is 36. So everybody, 36.
Very Finnish.
And cheers to all of you watching at home, our 103 faithful viewers.
That was great. America is waking up.
That's good
getting up
morning,
from work,
America,
Paul,
and cheers to you. Have a beer.
Happy Friday, America.
Happy Friday, America.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we have to wake you up with some bad news. You guys lost the grudge match to Canada, so you're going to have to be living with that for the next year.
The only 2 games America won was on clock.
On clock.
Well, if it makes them feel any better, we took all the Canadians out last night and we got them absolutely hammered.
And they still beat the Americans.
This was after they played their game. But one of our prominent WC committee members, Tim Banky, joined us for a night out, and let's just say, that guy can put him away, but oh my goodness, he was very drunk by the end of the night.
Well,
but he seems fine.
He was very happy.
Yeah,
he was very happy.
He seems fine this morning, so I don't know what magic they have in Canada to keep them.
Some maple syrup
reviver. Just get back on the wagons, keep the buzz going.
It's the maple whiskey.
Whiskey.
That's part of their training.
Oh, so that was the alcohol
Should we go back to see how Cahill and Adam are getting on? The Rhett versus
let's
Kruger.
take a look at
We have some greetings from Canada. Go Canada!
So we have some halberdiers who went in here on this bottom flank. Most of these guys were spared Kruger 2's feet, so they were pretty much unencumbered. The rest of Adam's army over here, these guys all got feated on, so they're not going to be doing much.
Also looks like there's a jack there on the top of the board in fluorescent yellow. That's gone into
beautiful painted probably 2 days ago.
that looks like a borrowed model.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Oh, it doesn't have a base done. I think it shouldn't be on the table.
Dun 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 dun. Judge.
No, he's painted. He's painted. It's painted.
No, part of the
being painted.
Ah, come on, you're gonna-
Yesterday I
base.
painted a Seeking and a Scalar 3.
Keep
So,
in mind,
3 hours of
this
work.
is the Grudge round. By 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm
Santé,
sure.
santé pour les Français qui nous regardent.
Oh, there we go. I'm sure that model will be based by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean they
tomorrow
have
morning.
coffee in the hotel rooms, right? Or sugar.
Exactly, that's right.
Bit
Coffee
of,
ground.
Bit of toothpaste and sugar. There you go, based.
That's good
Boom.
enough.
Yeah.
But this is not meat based.
Well, you can take note, and if he tries it tomorrow, you can disqualify him.
I'm gonna keep an
Immediately.
eye on it. Yeah.
That's right.
So it looks
Sorry,
like
who's playing on this table?
On this table we have Adam
Williams
Adam Williams
versus Cahill Redmond,
Ah,
and it's Ilarit versus Kruger 2.
Yeah, so Kruger 2 feeded last round, popped his feet, caught a whole bunch of troops over here, pushed those all back, and so now Adam pretty much only has some halberdiers on either flanks that were unaffected. So he's probably going to be moving in with these two guys.
You
with those guys up there, so-
disrespectful commentators. The red Jack was painted by his kid.
Ah, so it's a lucky talisman.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe he should tell his kid to get better at basing. But perhaps that's the next next training session.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like there's a huge amount happening on this table at the moment. It's just a bit of posturing and positioning.
Yeah, he didn't
He's
pop
recovering
feet.
from the Kruger feet.
Yeah, he's gonna wait. He's gonna ride out the Kruger 2 feet, and then once all the stuff was worn off, then he's gonna try and pop his feet.
And so the doctor is in. Dr. Norbert has
It's provided
savage
medication.
commenting. What delicious
Oh my goodness!
what have you got here for us,
This
Norbert?
is
have
this is
Norbert.
brandy from Greece, direct.
Shall we?
Is it Sipuro?
Yeah.
That's
It's
beautiful.
not-
Shall we
it's not-
switch to?
The commentary.
Okay, commentators. Okay, Norbert, would you mind taking a chair and sitting with us here?
Yeah, sure. Where do I sit?
Okay, just behind us.
You could sit on my lap.
So we've just been approached by
You have to squeeze
Brunhuber.
squeeze in there. Norbert.
nice German.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone in the internet land.
Hello, internet.
We are drinking Greek brandy straight off the island.
I'm not sure if you're supposed to show alcohol on stream because
It's not alcohol. I just said it was brandy.
Okay,
It's after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's after the watershed.
but here in Warsaw.
Yeah.
What about the other?
And I'm
It's
wearing
happy hour
my
somewhere.
here we are, Polish. Yeah. Exactly.
Conjoro.
I have a license to sell.
You are a proud member this year of Team
Portugal Prime.
Team Portugal.
Primal. Sorry, Primal. It's Portugal Primal. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good weekend. We are looking forward to upsetting a lot of the favorites.
Such as Team Ireland.
Team Ireland is definitely
On the hit list.
Yeah,
On the radar.
on the hit
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
We don't stand.
We have a commentary from Conjoro himself.
Oh, Conjuro.
Look
Look at this guy.
Yeah,
Look at him.
He's at
Look
home.
at me. Look at me fitting into this medium-sized shirt too. Look at that profile.
Look at that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Spent all year
Yes,
working
guys.
out for this, all year for the one
I
moment on
fucking
camera.
worked out since last September to fit this shirt. That motherfucker is small.
You hear that, Connor? Gain some weight. Gain
Ladies
some
and
muscles.
Seriously.
That's right. You got to get in shape for the WTC.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get back to the games.
Let's
Looks
get back
like
to
on
the
table 5, Adam is moving Denny into
Oh.
position to do something.
Okay, here we go. Aggressive
So we'll see
movement.
if we can see here.
This ladder right here.
We have some charges here.
So it looks like Denny's gone into those two models that are contesting the flag in the center. Hopefully she'll kill one. Give herself
Is that a
blood
race
wounds.
engine in the middle of everybody's business?
No, that's Denny 3.
That's 23.
Oh, right. Even worse.
Yeah. If Wraith engines could be warcasters, that's what they would be. Yeah.
That's who they want to be.
So it looks like he's going to go in. He's going to try and kill those two.
Look, what's
Well, he's
this?
gathering
And
up
that's
all
all
his
of his
souls.
focus, all of his souls. And here's the typical Denny 3 play. You go in and you're like, okay, all I have to do is kill these two guys, get some souls, cast some spells, and I'm all good.
Right.
What's going to happen is he's
Right.
going to fluff all of his dice rolls. He's going to spend his entire stack trying to kill just
That's a game plan. That's a game plan.
and then he's going to be stuck in the middle of the board.
Get
without any
assassinated
fun.
by all of
and
these
just,
walls.
And then all of the walls right here are just going to pile in and just gangbang.
So it looks
Denny
like
3.
what's happened is he's killed the first guy.
where we're at.
He's spending souls now
It's
to
that time of the evening.
convert to focus, and then he's allocating that focus out with the feet to his warjack. So we'll hopefully see some action here.
This should be a pretty. This has to be an explosive turn for
So I
Jenny
do wonder
3.
how quick Carabis is. Carabis, this guy down here.
You know
Can
what?
he get into that wall, or is he just
No,
going to go
he's
straight
gonna
for the
go for the
objective? Yeah,
Grab 2.
straight into the objective.
Straight into the objective. Absolutely. That's what you want to do. Just
get some
stack him
points,
full of
alright,
focus,
points, one
and then
by
just
one.
boom on the objective. All of a sudden, you have this warjack in the middle of your zone on your flank, and you have to do. What do you do?
We had 106 a minute ago, but you showed up.
You showed up, and then we lost 10 viewers immediately.
They were intimidated by my flat stomach.
Oh yeah, they just couldn't handle it. They were just like, oh my goodness, the abs. Oh no. Oh,
Too sexy.
too sexy.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Like right said Fred.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think.
Let's make some selfies.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Salam alaikum.
So, oh wait.
Alaikum salam.
He's put it so far away.
3, 2, 1.
I guess it's probably my fault. Done.
Okay, here we go. So we see the soul and focus stack of Denegro 3 over in their corner. It looks like she's got 4 souls and 4 focus.
I guess they're my fault.
We're gonna have to see how she's gonna spend those souls.
So one would assume she's definitely going to cast Poltergeist anyway.
Yeah, that's a given.
That's a given. She's obviously thrown 3 focus onto Caradis down the bottom.
Yeah, I want to get him juiced up.
So I'm guessing now he's just
And then there's a Seether over here.
done what he needs to do, and he's just doing his reposition out of there. So he got the 2 models that were scoring the flag, and he's just spent his feet, got his souls, got his camp, and then repositioned out of there, out of the flag. So I assume it looks like that wall there is contesting the top flag, the middle flag. Sorry.
This one right here. Yeah.
And I reckon the Fulcrum is contesting the top flag there.
Yeah, I have a creeping suspicion that this Seether is not going to be able to get in on this wall in any meaningful fashion.
Yeah, it's George working them.
So I don't think he's going to be able to stop this contest right here. And he's just going to have to accept the fact that that's the way that it is. And then,
but I think he's probably going to lose his. The circle objective is going to die.
Yeah. So this is going to go in.
The bottom flag
he's
is going to be scored by Cricks.
Yeah, he's going to get
there's
this
probably
flag.
going to be no scoring.
These guys are going to push in here, and these guys are going to push in here, and he's really going to be putting the squeeze on the circle caster right now.
Yeah, which one?
The far table. Take a look. Table 5.
Okay, so let's do.
We have a request from Maravis.
How is the Zekova game going? Let's take a look. We're going to go back to table 2 with Wales's
Mike's just
Matthew
thrown all his tokens
Hopkins.
on the floor, so he's busy clearing them. He's busy clearing them.
So Mike Porter is currently absent. Has left his game station because he had a little bit of a stumble fumble, and in the meantime he has pushed his forces deep into his opponent's zone.
So
in a
interestingly,
nice
there we
little
were talking about
wedge
this earlier. The 3 mana war that are at the bottom have been cleared out. Looks like a couple of tentacles had a crack at the Draken. Obviously, didn't do enough. But
he wasn't dragged, right?
yeah, he wasn't dragged.
He's still in place.
But they're still there engaging him, meaning
Had
he
a
can't
little poke.
countercharge.
Yep.
And then it looks like at the top you've got a whole load of Warmongers and 1 remaining Chosen that have gone super deep.
Yeah, right here.
And it
He's
looks like he
fully
was
committed.
able to score the middle flag there with that solo. That Ogre.
This one right
yeah,
here.
was scored by
Yep.
that Warmonger.
Yep.
He's got the top flag being scored there by some other solo. I don't know
This
which
one
it
right
is.
here. Yep.
He's controlling his own zone with his Blightbringer.
Yep. Right.
Oh no,
here.
sorry, not the Blightbringer. There must be. Oh, his caster.
His
of course,
caster,
scoring
yeah.
there. And the objective, it looks like probably took a couple of hits. We can't tell really from here.
He probably sent in
But it's still in
2
place.
guys or
It's
so.
still in place.
It's still in place,
Still
and it
alive.
looks like I think it's not Mike's turn. It is Matthew's turn by the looks of things. He's just
they
thinking
paused
about
the
what
clock,
his, I
didn't
think
they?
their pack's set up, ready to go. Norbs is offering helpful advice.
He's always there to help. He's always there to
via
help.
the delicious brandy. So
It is delicious.
so it looks like here we have.
Shall I adjust the clock's position so we can see the timer?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. So I think.
show me if when it's.
Yeah, so Matthew's just starting his turn. He's going to be assigning focus right now.
So that would have meant last turn Mike scored at least 3 CPs. that's great for adjustment. We can't even see it. It's so out of focus.
It's out of focus, yeah.
It's out of focus. It's out of focus, so you can't really see it.
Maybe put it on the bottom side of the screen.
That's really hard for the players, though.
Yeah, no, that might be. Okay. Anyway, so there's a juggernaut right here in this melee. He's gonna get juiced up, and he's just gonna gobble these guys up right here.
Yep. Let's just hope he can clear. You know, it all
And then
comes
we
down
have
now. I
another
think
one
to the
over
tough
here,
rolls.
and then he's gonna try and gobble these guys up. And if Mike is able to roll some 5s and 6s, then Matthew's plan is going to go down in
I'd
flames.
be curious to see how the bottom half of the table goes, because obviously it's a big grind at the top. There's going to be a lot of fighting, but at the bottom half of the table, you've only got a few models.
But as long as Mike keeps the grindy slugfest right here in this zone, then it means that this flag is just going to get scored
safe. Yeah.
turn after turn after turn.
And he's also scoring his own zone, whereas it looks like Matthew is under pressure in his own zone, so he's not able to score there.
Exactly.
I think, and this gives the Legion player an advantage that he can continue scoring and getting an advantage over the Calorian player.
Force Matthew to make mistakes and just
to commit.
He has to commit these mana wars here now.
If not, he's going to lose this right-hand zone.
If he kills 1 or 2 ogres, maybe, or if he kills even 3, one warmonger could potentially go in and kill a couple of them because they've lost their shield wall. You know, they've lost their base-to-base advantage, and suddenly they're taking damage.
Are Chosen of Everblight already gone?
There's one guy left, I think, in the top zone, but most of the Chosen are dead. So Mike's only playing one unit of Chosen, but 3 units of Warmongers.
Oh yeah, that's the list I've been training on with my friends from Polish team. I've been playing this list for 3 or 2 weeks, and it's really I consider this list to be the best Animag list in current meta.
I think it's a very strong list.
Yeah,
I've played into it a couple of times, and I struggled really badly.
You can play it both ways. You can use your Warmongers as screen, charge first, then continue with Chosen as the second line, or you can charge with your Chosen first, jam your enemy, and then have a counter attack with your Warmongers.
So it looks like what's happening now is
the counter attack with Warmongers.
He's trying to clear those Warmongers out in the bottom.
He stopped the Kador in the spot where he wanted him to be, in this bottleneck position, and in closer basically to the Kadorian side of the table, so he's strongly pushing forward and he's gaining table position. As you have previously noted, this flag is really difficult to contest. He can put only 2 models in front of it.
Yeah, exactly. In this particular setup right here, with this flag here and this building here, whichever player starts on this side of the table actually has a huge advantage.
For this specific terrain positions, I would give up starting for choosing a table side.
Well, that's it. It's interesting to talk about because the WTC is notorious for having a much more eclectic mix of terrain,
influential terrain,
than which makes picking tables as part of the pairing process a really key part. And I know that Team Island chose to pick tables rather than decide the 2 extra pairings, because it meant that they could pick tables which gave them potentially an advantage.
Especially if you pick the right table, and if you get lucky and you win first turn, or you get to choose your table side, you can end up with a scenario like this.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, even if you don't necessarily get to choose the table side, you can pick a table that may be good for you but not so good for your opponent. So like a Circle player picking a table with a bunch of forests on it.
That's right.
A Legion player picking a table which has clouds on it.
Of course. That gives you a big advantage choosing the tables.
Absolutely.
Or if you're playing against Sokovia, you're like, you know what, I'll take the one with the big building in the middle and a huge choke point.
Before I get to describe how it was last year on WTC, I'd like to have a personal request to say hello to my very good friend Mateusz Dokovic. I'm really glad you're watching us. Say hi to us. I love you, and I hope you enjoy our stream.
So there's someone asking there what the scenario is. The scenario is Mirage.
Let's take a quick little detour into the scenario. Just as a heads up, we're playing Mirage. We have the 2 big circular zones, each with an objective inside. Obviously the closest circular zone to you having your friendly objective, and then 3 flags placed diagonally symmetrical along the table. And let's go back to the game that we were just
Say
watching.
if we maybe skip away from this one now because it looks like it's just going to be a bit of a
Yeah,
grind.
grinding.
Let's
These
see
guys are just
possibly
gonna
what's
grind it
happened
out.
with Connor and Byron on table
Yes,
one.
more
table
interesting
1.
game.
Let's take a look over here.
It looks like Connor's trying to clear out those ambushing bears
Ah,
from
there
his
we go.
back line.
I will go and find out if Colgrim have feeded already.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she has, but
We are. This is really nice defensive placement right here in these little clouds. So
The feed is still
it's still in the bank, is
yeah,
it?
still
Good.
in his
Yeah. that was the best
It
play.
looks like Connor's trying to clear out those bears in the top and the bears in the bottom.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I don't think he's gone into it there, but if you look at the clocks, you can see he's down by 20 minutes.
Ooh.
So he's in under pressure, and I think as long as Byron doesn't make a massive mistake, he can just slowly let the game.
I think the ambushing bears had a lot to do with that. I think
absolutely.
that's the kind of strategy that will force your opponent
I
to
think
just sit there for 5 minutes.
Would
and think
Connor have
about
been
it.
better off not ambushing his blood runners and waiting for the bears to ambush and then counter ambushing the bears?
Yeah, I think
now obviously
so.
you can't get both sides, but you can get maybe one side, and at least it stops your whole flank collapsing. And you
I think these ambushing bears up here didn't really
Crucial part. They played crucial part.
They weren't that big of a deal, but these ambushing bears down here.
Well,
Those are the ones
the
that
bears
had
at the
him.
top, they are
They're
now
engaging. Yeah, they are
stopping-
engaging potential models that
That's true.
potentially.
And this is a flag that you're expecting to score.
Yeah,
every
they're
turn.
stopping the scoring race there. It looks like he's in a dominant position now on his own flag, or his own flag basically. The middle flag is obviously hotly contested, but because of the makeup of his force, he can throw the Mauler or the Earthborn into that flag, stand there and say, "Are you sure you can kill me? But you have 12 minutes left on your clock.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let you make attacks and roll dice at me."
Yeah,
It's
I
going to take you at least 4
will be a
minutes to kill
pleasure.
this war beast.
And he's still now. He's obviously not scoring. Byron's not scoring his own zone because of those ambushing guys got in there. But now Connor's under pressure, scoring his zone because he had to clear those bears out. Now he has cleared them out. Now the bears at the bottom are dead.
Yeah.
But at what cost? What did he have to spend to get those bears removed from his thing? Now it doesn't
Basically,
look like,
coming his whole flank.
yeah, it doesn't
to
look
the
like he
dark.
had to commit his gators. It looks like the gators are going into the Earthborn now, and maybe the models around and behind. So they should do a decent bit of work. They're quite strong. The Earthborn's not the most defensive of troll beasts, and it also looks like the stone is up to the north in the zone. I think, just in front of Kolgrimmer. I think
Yeah,
the
that's Kolgrimmer.
stone is around there somewhere. Is it?
Probably somewhere behind.
I think
Somewhere behind.
these is the stone unit here.
So he might be in the mixer up there on the top right of that zone,
Yeah.
but the stone might be far enough away that Earthborn perhaps doesn't get the benefit of the stone.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And he's not going to have that extra armor. So apparently this list is called Bear Force 1 because of the ambushing bears. So there's Bear
It
Force
seems
1.
to make sense.
Bear Force 1.
Yeah, Bear Force 1.
Does it what is it? Who's the guy from the FX1 movie?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is the president of Bear
Bear
Force
Force
1.
One.
Yeah.
Bear Force 1.
So while that's going on, Connor's obviously trying to kill that Earthborn. He doesn't look like he's doing it.
But even if he does, let's say he kills this Earthborn, he's going to get retaliated against.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, the Gators will die to the trolls, but then maybe those, is it Citrati or
These guys over here, yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Barrison Ford? Yeah, maybe.
Seems legit.
Barrison Ford, the
guys
president and pilot of Bear Force 1.
Yeah.
But he's obviously got that Drake there, and he has those two, I think they might be Cyclops light
Yeah, they look
Orbeez.
like Cyclopses. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can potentially counterpunch if he uses the smaller models with less powerful attacks to clear the heavy. He can then use the more powerful attacks to clear the
infantry.
Oh,
infantry
and
that
the
come back.
airborne is gone.
Yeah, the Earthborn's gone. It looks like he's still rolling dice, so he might actually be able to potentially
He's
kill.
on fire. He's just
Yeah.
not just continuing,
And
not
he's
stopping
just,
rolling
he's just
dice.
clearing out some of those trolls.
Yeah.
And by getting in there, he's stopped him scoring that bottom flag. He's stopped him potentially scoring that middle flag. It's just how he's going to deal with those bears at the top.
Yeah,
because
clears
it
this
looks
guy
like
out.
he's already spent moved those models in there. So I wonder, have they made their attacks yet, or was that from a turn before? If he hasn't made attacks yet, he could potentially clear them, and he'd get a good chance to maybe score that top flag.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to be a long, grindy battle there.
But worth pointing out is that Scorn player has like just 10 minutes just
9
passed.
minutes.
9 minutes 55
Against
seconds.
34 minutes on the
So
clock.
I don't think I think unless something drastic happens, there is a huge positioning error on Byron's part, or he commits too hard with Colgrimmer, I don't see how.
Well,
he
Colgrimmer is standing right here, right?
He can just
up in front, I believe. That would be
here.
a kill box. Yeah, this
one's Colgrimmer right there.
We have some more puns on chat. Berisen Fjord.
Oh, that's the Scandinavian version.
Yeah, Scandinavian.
So do we want to take a look
come
at
up with more,
the Ret versus Kruger game on table 4?
Let's go to Adam Williams against Kahal right here.
Wow, there are not a lot of models left.
Woo!
So it looks like all of the Wolds. Oh no, there's one Ram Hands there in the mix.
I can see all the shifting stones.
Yeah, there's a guy there.
It looks like all of the shifting stones have been committed to the fight.
Intact.
Which means
but
that
I can
it's
kind of see the scenario tracker at the top. It looks like there's a lot more dashes on Cole's side than there are on Adams.
You're right.
We can't see how long is left and what turn they're on.
Oh,
it looks
there
like
we
that
go.
guy's gone down.
There's
So
the last heavy war beast going.
I think there are not a lot of models left.
And beautifully painted by his son, the Warjack. It's the only table.
Terribly based.
Terribly based, beautifully painted. Yeah.
So it looks like it's probably in Adam's favour unless Carl can get a good turn of just lightning storming all those infantry to death, and then maybe can maintain that. But it looks like he's got other guys coming
the
in here.
Risavas defenders are going in right now. This was definitely an Alara Feturn, I think.
They're just going in. They're going to try and clear out that flag.
Alara Halberdiers get work done.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting though that the middle.
What's their threat range? 15 inches?
Something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
crazy.
with Scything Touch, the Scything Touch and mini feet and everything.
They're going nuts.
But interestingly enough, that
what
middle
about the
flag,
table number 5?
Table
the
5?
desert table, yeah.
Let's take a look at table number 5.
That's
the camera seems to be out of focus.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
We can see there the objective is still alive though. We thought Karadis was going to get in there and get that objective.
Oh yeah. So,
but unless he
maybe he was outside of range. I think he was out of range of the allocation for the
allocation focus. Yeah.
Oh, was he? Okay.
It looks like
maybe.
It looks like
But it looks like the top flag and the middle flag are both contested now by the Crix player, and it looks like there is a Warjack there sat in that forest that obviously went in onto the walled brick.
Yeah, so
but I
it
can't
looks
see
like
him lasting much longer.
Oh no,
because of all those
that's either is not long for this world.
But it'd be interesting to see the scoring to try and figure out what kind of score we're looking at here, because
shall I check it?
Yeah,
it's
table 5.
Table 5. Okay.
Martin and Adam, because it looks when we were talking about it earlier, it looked like Adam was in a position to maybe get a few points and maybe get up on scenario, but he didn't take the objective out there, so obviously he didn't have the range to get in.
Yeah.
And that means he's in a bit of a tougher situation because he's going to struggle to clear that big brick of the beasts. Now they're not necessarily going to get in and do anything because of the giant forest in the way. But we'll be interested.
So, I've just talked to players on table 5, and the score is 2 points for a Crix player, 3 points for a Circle player, and the Welsh player is looking forward to score 4 more points. He will have a 5 points advantage, and he will win.
So
and that's his plan.
How's he going to score 4 points? He's going to send a lad into the objective there.
He kills this guy. Kills this guy right here.
Yeah.
Probably kills this guy because he's contesting this one right
and
here.
And then obviously
and
is
then
not
all he has
contesting.
to do is kill 1 and 2 guys here. And
is the zone circle or zone clear?
I think there's 2 models in the bottom of the zone there. That Warjack and that guy.
But
bear in mind it's Kruger. So
you just feed and
TK. No, I think the feat has been used.
Okay.
But he has to kill the objective. That's probably the one that's going to cost him the most.
Here we go. He's going for it now.
Battle engine, then some.
I think the battle engine is about to go pew pew.
Yeah, the battle engine will shoot it, and there's a couple of lads there that need to be cleared around the other flags. And obviously, he does have to kill the model that's scoring that Adam's using to score. Which
nice. Come on, Adeptus run. Give me some giggles.
Well, if they're doing as described an old people making love exquisitely to each other, perhaps we can go have a look at another game there. Maybe see what Mike and Matthew were doing on table 2 to see how the attrition's going there. Here we go. One chosen sitting there in the middle.
Standing
So
defiant
what are the chances that that guy made a tough roll, healed for 3,
Oh yeah.
and just went,
Jesus, no.
Nope.
maybe he has feigned death on him, maybe he doesn't.
Feign death wouldn't matter that much against Kate.
Well, it's the
He has
man of
some
war,
sprays.
right?
He
Guys
has some
shooting
sprays,
their shield
But
cannons.
the Welsh player seems.
Whoa! Handshake. Hello.
Who won? Who won? I'm going to.
I think it was probably a scenario victory there for Mike, but I don't know.
It looks like it. Yeah. I mean, it's because he just kept scoring this turn. This
So Legion player won on scenario 6-1.
6-1. Yeah.
Because he was able to control that top flag there in a dominant position.
Yeah,
he was able
just-
to maintain control
What he
of this
did
middle
is he
flag
scored
here.
those two
And
elements
that's
over
what
and
it
over
called.
again, and this middle
I
flag.
don't know if the objective's still alive, but basically I think it's coming over to Mike's turn now.
Yeah,
so
whatever
all he has
matter.
to do is clear that one guy in
So
the middle.
let's change
Yeah.
the result, overall results on table 3. We need to do that.
All he has to do is clear this guy, and he scores the middle objective.
Yeah, and he has
it's
a blight.
GG.
Yeah.
And he's got a whole bunch of.
So if we switch back to a table where something maybe is happening,
So we're just gonna go and change the scoreboard, which means that hold on.
Wales, was it Welsh?
no, that was Ireland.
Ireland.
So now it's
It's
tied up
1-1.
on
But
1-1.
it is looking not so good for Ireland at the moment, I think, with Martin potentially getting Adam on scenario, and I think that Adam is fighting Cahill and doing quite well on the old attrition front with the ret into
Table
the...
2. This one is probably about to resolve very.
No, so that's
very
done,
soon.
right? Mike just finished there. This is the Bear Fest. Now, the Scorn front has pushed out wide there.
The Bears are retaliating against
Yep.
the score and holding that flag right there. So
But it looks like
take a
it's
look at it.
2-2 on scenario, if I'm reading that score sheet correctly. But it's the 7 minutes that Connor has is going to be the problem.
Yeah, that's what's going to get him.
I don't know how he's gonna manage to come back from this. It seems like a real difficult challenge to get anything. And unless Cole Grimmer walks out into the middle of the table, drops all her fury, and turns around,
A cold Grima can do a lot. Still.
I think
And she still has the feet.
and she still has the feet in the bag, which potentially will just push everything back, open up scoring opportunities for him in his own zone, and force Connor to have to commit hard.
Okay.
And if he's able to clear the Drake with that Mauler and the
Yeah.
Cyclops, if he's able to clear some of those Gators with those trolls,
On table 5, they're removing some models. There's some action going on.
All right, let's skip back to table 5, where we have Adams Denegro 3
And
against
the
Max
winning attempt.
Kruger 2.
yeah. So this is Martin going for the attempt to try and close it out on scenario.
Yeah.
Now it looks like the objective's still there, so it looked like he tried a geomancy.
But did
Yeah, so we
the
had
battle
a
engine
geomancy
go
going
already?
here. Battle
No, the
engine
battle
hasn't
engine
activated
seems to have
yet.
not gone.
So the battle engine will probably walk right to here and put down the final shots to try and kill that objective.
So I assume Kruger hasn't been, because he's going to have to go in there and do some work with TK.
There we go.
Yeah.
Is he going to feat?
That's the feet turn.
Maybe
This
he
is
hasn't
the feat.
feated?
He's about
That's a feet moment.
Yeah.
I think we're about to see a feat here from Kruger, which is gonna push this guy, push this guy, push this guy, which means that he gets this one right here, he gets this zone right here, and then all he has to do is kill this objective.
And he has to stop Adam scoring on his own flag, because that'll obviously even it up a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Because it's only, was it 3?
So what? The
What was
feet?
this scenario 3-2 in that table?
Yeah, 3-2.
So
Yeah.
he's
He
got
needs 4 points.
He needs 4 points to get there and to stop Adam scoring one
in
there.
it, yeah.
So he's got a lot of work to do, and if 1 or 2 dice rolls don't go his way, he could be in a lot of trouble.
yeah.
You need to. Okay, we are seeing now the Grudge matches. They're basically being friendly matches.
Yeah.
On a Friday night. So I assume players would go for more risky plays that they would do tomorrow on Sunday,
But
especially.
it's also good practice, you know. If you play it
That's
like
a good
if
practice.
you play it like it is a
real
big game, you know.
yeah.
You have to make sure. Now, is that Kruger there running?
The Celtic Grunge match.
Is that Kruger there flapping his? Yeah, it is.
It
Kruger's
is.
just
Oh,
flapping his
Okay,
way on.
so that's one of the crazy moves.
Yeah.
There
he's
we
going
go.
all in, all in.
He's fully committing to
So
the
he's going
scenario
to push.
victory here.
He's going to push the 2 models out of the bottom zone. He's going to push that guy off the flag. He's going to score his own flag himself, and he's going to push those belchers out of the way.
Yeah.
And then if he can land a shot on the objective and have something score his own flag at the top there, that should mean that he's able to secure to secure a scenario victory. Which,
So-
which will put Wales.
He's
into the
already
lead
scoring
2-1.
here. He's already scoring here. So that's 2 out of the 4 pieces that he needs.
He should push back that model on Adam's flag.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know if they've forgotten about that, maybe.
Contesting model here,
This
which
guy
means
down in the bottom left that might need to be moved from
this
the feet.
guy, yeah, this guy needs
Natalia,
to get pushed out.
pozdrawiam.
So that guy on the bottom is going to get pushed
Well,
down
it looks.
here.
Oh yeah, there we go. They've remembered it
He's
there now.
doing it now.
So, but as long as he's off the flag, it means that he's able to go and.
Exactly. And there goes the battle engine is going to go in on this objective.
So it all
right here.
depends on battle engine.
So
Now,
the
it
battle
looks like some damage has already been put onto the objective from the
Hopefully.
from the geomancies,
That's
but we'll have to see what happened. But it looks like I don't know those dice there
These
representing
ones right
the objective
here
health.
might be objective.
Oh, then it's gone. Yeah.
Boom,
And
boom,
that's
boom.
it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing for Adam, and that's it.
And we're about to see a handshake.
I think so.
Oh no, he has to contest this zone.
Oh yeah. Did
has
he
to put
forget about
something
that?
into contest.
Did he forget about that? Oh, they're counting points.
3, 4.
And he's
He's
running.
just gonna
Right,
run.
is he going to get there though? That's maybe he is.
That might not make it.
And Kruger's there in the middle.
This shrimp would have been perfectly placed, but I
Wait,
get.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Okay, that's it.
And contest the zone. Yeah.
And I think that is probably it.
We're expecting a handshake.
This should take him up to 7 CPs
Yeah.
against 2
Yep, and
CPs.
then I
and
think
that was
there's
a handshake.
the handshake there.
And there's the handshake.
There's another game for
GG.
Wales, where
Okay,
Martin-
Wales
Good
takes
job.
over
That was a
the
good turn.
Okay, so it looks like we have
3 matches left.
Yeah, we can pretty.
No, 2 matches left.
I'd say if we check on table 1,
I'll go there.
we'll see how Connor's doing on table 1.
So Wales goes up to 2 games to 1, and we're gonna go take a look at table 1.
25 minutes against 7.
Yeah, so it looks like Colgrimmer is feeding,
There we go, feeding.
doing
right
a
now.
little push and a
Yep.
little slow. And let's just maybe check in on Adam and Cahill on table 4.
Yeah,
Football
so
player
while
has
Colgrimmer's
25
feet
minutes.
Yeah,
is
we can
getting
see it on
resolved.
there.
On
Table 4.
Sorry, table
Yep.
4. We got Adam is busy. He's cleaning house right now. So the only circle models left are one up here, and
Black clad and maybe a couple of lads in that zone.
and the rest in the zone, and that's about it. So
So on this table, who's going to?
I would say that Adam's probably going to win it, and then
Adam
Wales
Williams
will take
is probably going
series.
to take this one.
Actually, that was 3.
Yeah, that'll be
Yes,
3.
one. Ah.
But I think that Connor's probably going to win his game as well, lose his game as well. Sorry, because of the time issue. You know,
So we are Wales 4-1.
I
So
reckon
let's-
it's probably going to be a Wales 4-1. Yeah.
Let's
As
go
for
back to
our straw pool, we are having
Wales 100%.
Yeah, that was a moment. Yeah, so we have 5 votes against
5
none
votes, yeah.
in
So
favor of
here we
Wales.
go. Let's catch the rest of this Colgrimmer feet turn
Yeah, I think
and see how much work he
I
manages
think
to get done.
the game between Adam and Carl is a bit of a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Unless Kruger can pull something pretty phenomenal out of his backside.
That's table number 1, and then we are having game being played on table 4, right?
Table 4, yeah.
Okay. So now we have opportunity to see both games at the same time.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated on how things are going with Adam Williams versus Cahal's game.
So it looks like Adam is putting models into Cahill's zone to contest and kill off some remaining stones. And obviously Kruger, being a warcaster, will not contest his own zone. But it looks like the objective's still alive in there, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
That was the game we were describing.
Yeah, that's
table
the
4.
game there. But it looks, I can't see, unless they're already at turn 7 and the scenario is very in Kruger's favour, I can't see how he manages to eke out any victory here.
No, that's really one-sided game.
Yeah.
Right now.
Lara's camping a whole bunch of focus, so she's not going to get assassinated. You know,
Oh, there's some charges going into Kruger, is it?
Halberdiers, yeah, here we
On
go.
the way.
Okay, so
Might as well, let's take a look at
so
this.
yeah, let's.
Oh,
stay.
then maybe that's a run. I don't know if that's charges.
That looks like a run.
That's table 5, right?
No, table 1.
No, that's table 1.
No, that's Martin and Adam's game. That's
But
finished.
we're
That's finished.
okay. Sorry. So we need to see table 4.
We need to see table 5.
Okay, that's amazing.
Okay, so I think Adam is pretty much wrapping this up right now. What he's going to do is just going to jam Kruger with about 20 halberdiers.
Yeah, he's just going to put all the models in and go, well, can you kill this many guys?
Yeah, didn't think so.
That's the same.
Table one. So let's head back to Byron against Connor with Cole Grimmer doing his feet turn.
Okay, table one.
Table one. Byron is busy rolling dice, and he appears to be rolling mainly ones. So that's unfortunate in that regard. But fortunately, he has such a strategic lead, both in table position and in clock advantage, that he can actually afford to just.
Yeah, he could just make attacks, do stuff, and so it looks like it looks like an Adam vs Cal game. Adam's just cleared Cal's one model that was contesting the top flag. He has models in every zone. He has models on almost every flag. I can't see a way that this is going to end unless Alara happens to put herself in harm's way and Kruger can run up to her and hit her in the face with some lightning.
Yeah.
So we're just checking there. It looks like Byron is just rolling dice at things, and there's one box left on that war beast there that he's attacking.
On the contesting, on this one right here.
I think it's the one that's contesting his own zone.
This one right here, yeah. So he's just trying to shift that one contesting model, which is proving to be a little bit pain in the ass because Byron is rolling.
I think he's all these attacks to come here now, so he's going to go after the Gator men.
Oh, here we go. We're about to see some Gators get turned into handbags.
He's going to go after the other contesting models there, just to try and secure his position and maybe make sure that he doesn't cede any scenario points or anything.
Yeah, he just has to play it cool, play it safe, not expose himself. He doesn't need to do anything crazy.
Just lose tactics.
Just keep chugging, throw out a couple of attacks, and not lose on scenario, which he's not going to do because he has bears.
Yeah, those bears are doing a really good job.
Absolutely,
they're
they
really engaging the whole flank.
Oh yeah, they killed it this game.
Yeah.
So
ambush the unists.
Ambush bears, man. Ambush bears, especially on this scenario with that flag.
Yeah, it's because it's such a live scenario, and you think to yourself, I can secure this flag on my side. It's my closest flag. I'll hold it. I'll tip away at that, and I'll slowly push.
Boom,
and then
bears.
Boom, bears right up inside you, and you're like, oh my goodness, what's happened here? Yeah. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. So we're seeing the attacks just going on to the Gator men. There's some pretty poor damage rolls from Byron there. He probably needs
and also does a failed top roll.
He's getting all of his bad dice rolls out of the way for the weekend.
Yep. So he's
solid strategy. Solid strategy. See, he's just churning out all the ones, more ones.
And it looks like I think Cahill and Adam's game might have finished. I think they're just chatting about some quality products made by one of the vendors here today. So I think it is a 3-1 Wales victory in the series.
Shall we change to table number 4?
I think it's finished. It doesn't look like they're rolling dice.
Let me just clarify that.
Yeah. So here is the table state. What we have left for the circle. There's a Kruger here, and then we have 1, 2, 3 shifting stones
and an objective.
And that's it. And everything else is
no way you're coming back from that. That's the end of that, I think. So that's a 3-1 sweep for Wales at the moment. I'd say it will tick over to a 4-1.
Yeah.
Tick over to a 4-1. I think when this game with Connor and Byron resolves. So, do you want to just scenario?
So the losing player was on the right. What's his name?
Kruger.
This player just called the game because he didn't see any chance of winning. The other player had the advantage in scenario points by 1. It was 7-6 or something like that.
Sure.
But he just called the game and that's it.
Sure. Adam could have easily just forfeited action on all of his models every single turn. Shifted the clock back.
There was no point.
And just ride it out until
late in the evening. Everybody wants to have fun.
Exactly.
So obviously, I understand.
Okay, so let's go back to.
Here we nobody got savagely cheating yet. We believe that everybody plays a clear game, no cheating involved.
Yeah, everyone. I think both teams.
No fingers of God.
No fingers of God.
Nudge Gate has not yet happened.
No additional cavalry models or units being involved, so it's all fine.
Both of them were both teams, great teams,
Yeah.
great players. Everyone's
Just
precise.
Friendship
And it's
involved.
friendly. Like we know each other. We all know each other from traveling to events.
Yeah.
You know, so the guys came over us. They said, "We challenge you. Let's go," and off we went. You know. Now, obviously, we're being taken down pretty handily, but you know, Ireland.
But you stepped up to the
I
plate.
mean, we have like 10 active players in the country. So what are you going to do, right? They're all here.
Exactly.
So it looks like.
Let's introduce our Russian and Estonian friends.
There are Russian Estonians even.
Hey.
Hey, say hi.
And Belarusians as well.
And the Belarusians.
Some really cool guys.
Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Okay, let's switch back to table number
one.
4. 1?
Table number 1, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
So it looks like Connor is trying to make attrition plays, but based on the time on his clock, there's still bears up in his backfield. There's
Which have pretty much have done a pretty good job of actually single-handedly liberating this flag. I mean, there's only
But they're a
one
unit,
guy.
they cannot score.
but at least
on
they
the
can
flag.
test, right? So they stop him. They stop him getting there, getting the points.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real tough scenario for him to be in now. I don't think there's any way.
And
He
I
can,
mean, Byron has pushed forward out of his zone. He's managed to clear this one guy over here. This Drake is.
I think he's
facing some
just
serious pressure.
going to score scenario points. He's going to keep attritioning, and either he'll win on scenario, he'll win on clock. I don't think unless there is some crazy downtown Morgul assassination.
I don't expect this.
From across the board.
Yeah.
This is probably a murder Sherrod, you know.
Yeah.
Murder Sherrod or the Sherrod?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, but
All that sure. Was murder.
The fat lady is definitely singing, etc., etc.
You still have your beer, George.
Yeah. Oh, it's really yummy. It's really, yeah.
It is indeed.
We had that. They have that on draft in the hotel bar, right? The Papa.
Papa, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite tasty. Quite nice.
it's nice and
American
smooth.
Pale Ale, Polish American Pale Ale.
Polish American.
10 zlotys, which is 250
your wife is
euros
watching.
even.
I know. She's fucking texting me.
Yeah, with your that's you. Okay. Can we interview you after the game? Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll have a confirmation from the Walsh team captain. We are having after the game. We are having a short interview with the captain.
Yeah, he's
Very
going
nice
to let
guy.
us know his thoughts, his ideas, and general lack of strategy.
Overview.
How they bamboozled us in the pairing process. No, it was more of a just a chance to play some games with guys you know and hang out and have a bit of fun, which is what this event is all about.
At the end of the day, that's all that
obviously
matters.
some people turn up and they put a lot of prep work into it. They do a lot of practice and stuff like that.
A lot of investment.
And other teams turn up having played 4 games in the last year, and are just here for the people. I travel every year I can to come and be here to meet people, to hang out with guys, to talk about toys, because you can just meet anybody and you say, hey, how are you?
Just to have a nerd weekend with nerds.
what do you
Guys.
do?
Nerd out with your bro friends.
Nerd out with your bro mans,
With your man crushes.
Exactly.
Lovers.
I mean, that's why I do. That's why I'm here commentating.
Yeah.
You know, like I haven't been able to play any War Machine this entire year, but I still wanted to come because.
I mean, my only regret this weekend is that I have to play 6 games.
That's always the regret that we are freed.
Yeah, you guys are safe. I have to play
yeah,
6
it's
It's
fantastic.
We're
You should
just
try it.
here
Next
for the
year,
best part.
try that.
We'll be talking about War Machine, drinking really fancy beverages, and talking with some cool people like you.
Yeah,
And not only that, but we get to see all of the best coolest games.
yeah.
yeah, you get to see all the fun games.
We have
We
the
get to
front
see all the
seats for
fun,
the
exciting
finals.
ones.
Yeah, absolutely. You get to watch and see everything unfold as it goes.
Ship lovers, ship shaggers,
Sheep shaggers.
ship shaggers.
But I mean, it's really interesting that guys come here from everywhere, and you've got guys come from Australia, guys come from America.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Come from Poland.
Poland. Yeah, it's a tough journey, but someone's got to do it, right?
Yeah, someone has to be willing to drive an hour to get there.
Yeah. But maybe that should be the grudge match tomorrow night. The Wales versus New Zealand sheep shagging grudge match.
Yeah,
That could be
See who is the king of the sheep shagging.
Two is the master shagger of sheep.
monster shagger.
but it looks like Connor's down to 1 minute and 20 seconds. He's obviously rolling dice as fast as he can, but it's just not.
I think at
this
point, all he wants to do is get rid of these 2 last bears.
Yeah, I mean,
just to claim them.
Just for honor.
Just for the honor,
the
he has to
honourable
get rid of these
destruction of
bears.
those bears.
Yeah.
Once those
I'll
bears,
commit my warlock to get rid of those.
I don't think he even has time to do that. It does look like. I think Byron
He can do it with
just,
his Drake. He can do it with his Drake. Just take 3 free strikes and just go and kill those
Take
bears.
3 free strike. Drake's probably dies, and then it's probably the end of it. So he's 40 seconds left.
We have some cool jokes on chat. What do you call a sheep tied to a lamppost?
I don't
A
know.
leisure center.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I think that's it, right? 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
No out, no end in
Nothing
sight.
strange.
for
He's just
Connor,
rolling
and
some dice. They're coming up ones.
He's
He
rolling
knows
some
what's
dice.
going
Oh,
on.
he
He
shit the
passes the
clock,
clock
but,
with 26 seconds left.
So we're going to watch now the 18 minutes turn.
I think they're just
I hope
adjusting.
not.
They're just going to adjust the scoring there, so it looks like that bet.
Looks like 4-3.
Yeah. It looks like obviously Connor scored his own zone, but unless this goes to turn 7, which I think
It is not
it's
turn 7.
4
Looks
maybe.
like 4, yeah.
Yeah. I can't see. I don't know why Byron's even bothering to make attacks. Just
Come on, he came here to play games.
yeah, I suppose.
Till the end.
Maybe what he can use
Never
those,
surrender. It's War Machine.
Use those bears.
It's War Machine.
Use those bears in the top to clear that flag again. Finish
Kill
the
this
Drake
guy.
off.
Kill this guy.
Yep.
Kill this guy.
Finish the Drake off. Score his own zone.
Kill this guy
And
and
maybe
kill
kill
this
those gators in the bottom as well.
But you know what? I have seen so many triple ones in my life that I know not to surrender. Like, never.
Oh,
Never ever
I
surrender in
played a
this
game at BonesCon in the UK this year.
Yeah.
I was playing against a Cole Grimmer player with Haley 3.
Oh, yeah?
I'd done everything pretty well, right? Even by my standards, it was pretty okay. I built my cloud wall, Of course, I forgot that an objective was in my cloud wall, and he could see the objective.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, just continue.
He could see the objective in the cloud wall. And it just so happened that from whatever angle he was able to get to, he could just wriggle Cole Grimmer through a gap, look here, target the objective, and get the very tip of the spray onto Haley.
Oh, no.
He has Signs Importance. He needs a crit boosted 11 under Signs Importance to make her
Obviously
stationary.
he got it.
Which he first one misses. I'm like, brilliant. I'm safe. Second one he gets. I'm like, okay. I'm camping 1. It's fine. Does the damage.
4 6s.
Yeah, big damage, right? Cranks the damage. Haley's left on like a box. Oh. No, she's left on 3 boxes or something. So he's like, right, last
2
chance.
boxes to spare.
He has a Winter Troll. He waddles the Winter Troll into the cloud, positions it, sprays Haley. Hits Haley. Because she's stationary now.
Sure.
Anything but triple ones will kill her out.
No.
There goes the damage roll. Triple ones. And I just turn around to him and I go, calculated.
Calculate.
All part of the plan.
Nice.
But
Not even close.
But it was so. I mean, I was fraction away from just getting
Passing out,
destroyed.
having a
Getting
short.
wiped.
Yeah, and that would have been
attack.
it. Haley dead. But thankfully, he fluffed it. Colgrim was left out in the open, and a couple of trenches just went in, like hit her in the face or something.
And it's done. So that's why I never
bait.
surrender.
Never surrender.
Remember,
Yep.
guys, never surrender.
There's always an out you might have in War Machine.
Absolutely.
Potentially get there. Now, the camera's gone a bit. Oh, there we go. It's focused.
Because it is automatically adjusting with
Yeah.
focus. For tomorrow, I think we shall change it to be just
Fixed.
Fixed, yeah.
Yes,
Because you can see the clock and the models. It's pretty.
Yeah.
If you focus it like here on the table and make sure you get the clock in
So
focus.
guys, is the cameras are they okay? Is the audio okay? Because
Yes,
those
please
were just
let
test
us
matches.
know on
Let
the
us
stream.
know, give your feedback. Because for tomorrow, we need it for tomorrow. And tomorrow it will be more difficult to change it as we will be streaming real matches, real
Yeah.
event. So
And
that
the
will be
schedule's going to be a lot tighter as well.
Yeah.
So we're
And
going to
the
have a
time
lot
scale,
less
yeah.
time to make any
Adjust,
kind of changes.
yeah.
Although on the plus side, you will have everybody's lists available.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
And you should know
And
the pairing.
obviously, we'll have those cameras adjusted. The positioning, because at this point we are seeing more the left than the right.
Sure, but these are minor details. You can see all the most important stuff. So right now Byron is just he's just enjoying rolling dice and killing dudes.
I would do that
If
I were him.
if you, like think about it, like you're winning so far. You know your opponent has 20 seconds left on the clock. You have 18 minutes. And you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill some dudes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get these bears and I'm gonna eat that guy.
Just bears, man. Bears all day. Here we go.
I've seen games being lost like that. Somebody has like 1 minute on the clock, I have 15, and then boom, I lost.
It is almost unbearable.
Nice.
What about the Barrison Fjord?
Yeah, Barrison Ford.
Fjord?
Stepping up to the plate.
Barrison Fjord, they're still on the table.
So it looks like they are chomping away at that guy and not having much success.
They're not doing a good
They've
job.
not been very successful there.
I think they may be tired. They may be full from all of the guys that
All
they
the other
ate.
lads they ate earlier.
Because they ate a lot of dudes.
Oh yeah.
Like there was a lot of like annihilators and stuff that got
So
gobbled
it
up.
looks
by
like
those
he's going in there to make sure that that flag doesn't get scored again, or isn't even close by killing that solo. Hopefully take the Drake out just to remove that threat.
Yeah.
Because, you know, should the Drake survive? Should there be a couple of extra attacks? I mean, you could probably kill Colgrimmer in 20 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, if you get he still has like a Cyclops that if he gets lucky gets onto a caster with no focus. You know, a couple of boosted hits, a couple of triple sixes.
Yeah, it could definitely happen.
You know.
I think he's looking there. Connor was just checking to see if he was actually contesting the flag himself, but I don't think Byron has anything to score it.
There we go. There goes the Drake, and that pretty much leaves only one Cyclops right here.
Now, what Byron does need to make sure he tries to contest Connor's zone, just to make sure that
Just to be safe.
just to be safe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably. I know it's only 26 seconds, but it's practical just to make sure that you tick all the boxes, even when you're that far.
Sure.
ahead.
I mean, Connor is still contesting the zone. He could literally just pass the clock immediately, forfeit all actions. He can spend 1 second to score one control point.
Yep, that's what
But
needs to
still
happen.
the advantage of having 12 minutes against 26 seconds.
Yeah, there's a big difference there, right?
It
Getting
wouldn't
those
make
two.
any difference, I believe. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe let's switch to the overview room camera. See what's going on in the room in front of us.
So,
There's Russia Sputnik.
Senor Sputnik. You're getting a little. It appears that we
He's asleep.
we have one of the first casualties in center view right here. This is what the WTC in Poland does to people. Just catching some Z's. You know, getting ready for the games tomorrow.
Okay, let's get back to the table. I didn't even notice.
So it looks like there's attacks going in there onto the shaman that stood in the zone with the mauler.
Okay, we are having guests. Hopkins from Welsh team. Take a seat.
Yeah, let's do some interviews. At this point, we're gonna call it. Okay, we're just gonna say Byron. He's won this.
Let's.
You know it.
I'll get out of your way.
Yeah, just
We all know it.
No, I'll leave. Thanks very much, guys.
Oh, thank you for the great commentary. Love to see you again.
I'll see you soon. I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Good seeing you, man.
So we're having Hopkins. What is it?
Matt.
Matt from
Hopkins.
Kuhn Anon Welsh team.
So we're here with Matt Hopkins. Tell us a little bit. How did the game go today for you?
Not great.
How many games have you played?
Today I've played 2. I've played Zakova 1 twice into Animag, as you saw there.
Oh yeah.
And who the hell did I play last time? Scar 1.
Okay.
So the Scar 1 game was pretty much a wash from the off because it's Scar 1 Dark Host.
Yep.
I have 1 magic gun.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and
Quite unfortunate.
and it's not killing armor 25 Wraith engines on Scar's feet too.
But your game against the Grimmer, Kagrimmer. What were your thoughts about the table? Because you had one of the tables that was pretty intense with the scenario, with the terrain, especially.
It took us a while to actually get the table ready because of how big the terrain pieces were on.
Right.
Basically, as well.
Mirage itself as a scenario is a real pain.
Yeah.
To try and get the flags down and still have everything in the way. I was basically either I had the one side with the loads of rough terrain, or I had the other side where it had that narrow opening.
Yeah,
the bottleneck.
Yeah, the bottleneck. And I could, because Zakova has Ghost Walk as a spell, she can spit out Ghost Walk a few times to get through the rough terrain, but then she's not putting down clouds turn 1 or turn 2.
Right.
Because she needs to spit out at least 2 or 3 Ghost Walks. I tried doing it with the bottleneck because I had less rough terrain to work with. It didn't work out so well because the Chosen got too far ahead and I couldn't push them back. A few mistakes on my part. I could have changed some order of activations, used Bulldoze properly to push them out of the zone, but say it's not the best table for an army that doesn't have native Pathfinder.
Sure. Do you think you would have been better served if you played on the other side and gone for the Ghost Walk to try and utilize the bottleneck to your advantage?
Yeah, possibly. Then, with the way that it is, he's got so many high-power weapon masters. Weapon masters.
Sorry to interrupt. The Welsh player that's his turn, and his Irish opponent has only 9 seconds on his clock. So just make a quick 11 seconds turn or something like that.
And then he passed the clock.
And then he passes the clock, and the
then
game's
Byron
still
is
on,
going to
but
continue
still
to
it's
just
one-sided.
killing dudes.
So let's stay just with the
Bears are just going to keep eating people in the background.
He's gonna keep having fun.
Sure.
So, I mean, maybe it would have been better swapping it around, but then losing first turn as well against Animag isn't great.
sorry, I will just stop recording on the other table. Sure.
Cool. That's not the best thing either as well. So Animag is very good, and like against Armored Core without an armor swing in it, like the armor buffs they can get off, it's like +6. Yeah, Grievous, Blighty's Aura, or Pete's Aura as he called it.
Yeah.
And Clara Fury's Rage as well, +2 strength.
Yeah, that's a pretty big swing. What's the other caster in your list?
Harkovich. Yeah. I'm the only Kato player who brought Harkovich to this tournament.
Well, okay.
For some strange reason.
Okay.
I'm living the 2016 dream.
Yeah, you're like a retro Kato player.
Yeah, retro player. It's only got 6 Warjacks in it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not even proper Harkovich. It's
Harkovich Light.
Yeah, Harkovich Light. Got Behemoth in it.
Oh, okay.
But the idea is it's gonna, well, the team had, there we are, he's finally won.
Yeah.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, how's it going? We have our main man Adam Williams joining us as well, who
I'm not an ugly fuck like this one.
who gave us quite an impressive performance with the older Laura.
You commented it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We saw you.
How many times did you call me a CUNT?
Not until now. No, it was a pretty interesting game. We were just talking about the tables because obviously that's one of the most interesting thing about WTC is the way that terrain works. You love it.
Terrains are huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you weren't too big of a fan. So what did you like about the tables?
The thing is, I knew about it from last year, and as soon as I announced that they were going to be using this, it was on my mind when I was using when I was putting my list together. So a big part of what I brought this time was to try and take on these tables as well. Right. So Alara, feet turn, everything gets ghostly, banish charge, bang across the table, don't care. It doesn't matter what's on the table. The only thing that I've got to contest with is drawing line of sight. Sure. But you can kind of play around that a little bit. Then I've got Assyria with the Mage Hunter Strike Force. So again, ignoring a lot of stuff. So it was a big thing on my mind when I was putting my list together. And I'm quite pleased.
Have you just recommended them taking lists that do not rely on terrains and stuff?
Yes, but not everyone listened, did they, Matt?
Oh, I listened. I have a caster with Ghost Walk. What would you want from Kedor?
Yeah.
It's either that or I bring 10 Kodiaks. Well, 7. Can't fit 10 in.
You're not playing bricks. But yeah, it was a big thing on my mind making these lists.
Okay. So that was a conscious part of your list creation process.
Big conscious part.
You knew in advance. Okay, terrain is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Let's play with it.
Because another huge part from last year was, you go first, You get to pick your lists. But at most other team tournaments, you don't tend to get the amount of scenery on these tables, and it's very extreme of what we got. So, like, some of the tables got a very extreme amount of forest, some have got a very extreme amount of rubble, and so they got a lot of line of sight.
And some tables have two big ass buildings.
Exactly. So,
yeah, because before the game we were like, should we play this as a hill? And then it was like, we have to play it as two pieces of line of sight obstruction terrain. It's got to be an obstruction piece of terrain.
Yeah.
So that's why
there's tables on the other room which have got two houses in the middle. You know, two houses. Sorry, got burps. Two houses. I think it was like 3 fucking great rubbles, and then like 2 or 3 big things of water. So you've got line of sight for days. You can see stuff, but the problem is getting there. And a lot of lists can't get there. That's, you know...
that sounds like a perfect table for a gun line.
Oh, it would be, except the rubble kind of helps you out there.
Sure.
But then, you know, if you're the team, if you've been put up against, let's say, Haley 3, and your opposition gets... You get to choose your table. You know you're playing against Haley 3, and your list can play around that. You're going to be looking for those tables with all those, with all the forests and things like that.
Sure.
So it brings in another element for this team event. It's like no other team event, you know, with this scenery, unless like someone's borrowed this scenery for that purpose. You know, you look around the world, even club level, there's no scenery like this. It's so big, it becomes part of the game more than any other time.
sometimes losing the roll off can be a good thing.
Right.
For the team.
Okay. Well, winning it, and if you can see what they've got, and you really need to get those tables,
you might want to be better off actually choosing tables.
Sometimes when you look at it, you can actually predict the better teams this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not putting us into that. We're a mid-table team as far as we're concerned. We're here to try and get mid-table if possible.
Sure.
We know we're not going to win it, but some of the really good teams, some of the clever bastards, you know, they might choose to take choose the tables because they know instinctively what their matchups are going to be. So it becomes better for them to then choose their tables to try and give them the better game.
Sure.
Using that table. There's lots of elements to this. This is why this is the World Championships. This is why all these guys are the best from every country, or just scrub mercs that get dragged into the Welsh team like me. You know.
Nice.
You know, but hands down, some of these guys are clever. They are so clever. I mean, nobody can look at Pat Dunford and say you're thick as shit, mate, because you ain't got a clue what you're doing. He knows. He's looked at these matchups without, you know. You've got some like the German guys. Look at them last year. They played it perfectly with all their lists, knowing what other people were going to bring. So, you know, those that have really, really done well, and looked into it, they're not that bothered about what the list selection is going to be with some matchups. They genuinely are.
And they've practiced all the matchups, including the bad ones.
Yeah.
Right. So they feel comfortable playing into a bad matchup, and they'll just be like, you know what? If you give me this table, I'll play into a bad matchup.
Do you know what a classic example of that is? Is my game just now. It's into Kruger 2. Now, theoretically, everyone says that Kruger should smash the crap out of Alara. Infantry, Kruger removes infantry, no problem. Shuts it down.
I mean, we were expecting all of your guys to just get lightning to death.
He played it so wrong, and we've had a chat and explained to him after. So what should happen is he shouldn't be trying to take me head on. What should happen is all his spray guys should be back out of the way. Windstorm should be up. Kruger's in the middle of the table, and he puts out all his the AOEs, which stop. And he had perfect table for him. He had the 3 forests, and he should block off that line.
Especially the little kidney-shaped forest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He should be sitting behind it. With those AOEs sitting there with the power 10 to stop my guys coming through.
Sure.
And then once he's done that, then I've got to try and get to him through the forest. But then it becomes about my charge lanes, it becomes about my line of sight, and it really
Sorry.
screws with my game.
Sorry to interrupt. There's a question from chat
Sure.
about the results between Germany and France, and I'm going to check that for you.
Yes,
Yeah, they were still
we're going
playing
to check
when
that for you right now. They're playing in the next room. The Germany versus France, 12 versus 12.
Flash of the friendly neighbors.
Whoever wins gets Alsace-Lorraine.
Yeah.
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 That's-
and,
I think
and
that's
the,
the
and the
agreement.
Saarland. We'll throw the Saarland in as well.
Yeah, whichever one, you know.
Whichever
Yeah,
wins
yeah, yeah.
gets Alsace.
The winner gets what the other person has. Yeah. No, but I
Sorry,
think
the
that's a good
reason
point.
they're not playing, Adeptus Run, whoever you are, is because they're not playing on stream. They're just playing in the other room. Just some that
That's right.
obviously people know that they're playing. So
Sure.
that's what the
it
scores
was
are.
partially also had to do with the logistics. The French team got delayed, which means they didn't get in until very late. So they were only able to start pretty late
About 9
after the
o'clock, I think they
live streaming
started,
slot. Yeah. So they're actually still going to be playing right now.
Yeah.
But that's very interesting that you actually mentioned bringing WTC style terrain into your list creation process.
Yeah, it's a huge part. I mean, you can't. For those of us that were here last year, I was very lucky last year. I got to come, and then so I've seen it, and there was a lot of guys that probably look back on the videos from last year just to double check what it was like. And last year, everyone was really shocked by it. You know,
Yeah.
everyone turned up and looked at the scenery and was like, "Wow." Like, wow, how are we going to deal with this?
There was some obnoxious tables last year. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
don't
honest.
think there is this year. It's exactly the same this year. It's the same scenery.
Now we've gotten to the point where we're like, okay, this is the way the WTC is. You got to handle it.
I genuinely think the judges are doing it on purpose as well. I genuinely think they're having a laugh. They're going, we can have a laugh here. Let's make that table.
Building.
Yeah.
You know what?
They're gonna
Another building.
and then just as you're setting up, they're walking over, going, table all right, boys.
You like it? Yeah. No, but I think it's really good because it puts you out of your comfort zone and it forces you to actually be creative and to actually think strategically about the table. Because all of a sudden, like, you have this thing that you have to deal with that is not your opponent, that you can't negotiate with, or that you can't play around. You can't roll dice against a piece of terrain. You just have to deal with it. And it challenges you to see how flexible are you in your playstyle.
So there'll be a difference between teams that have taken the terrain into account and those that have not.
Okay. Yeah. I look
Whether
forward
we're one of those
to.
teams or not, we don't know.
Do you know what? I'm so glad I'm not one of those people that had the chance to come and decided no. You know what? I don't want to go. You know, I know like Paul Leatherby, classic one.
You're getting called out.
I'm getting called out.
No, you're calling him out.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Paul Leatherby. I know. Come tomorrow, even today, you know, I bet he's going to be sitting at home and thinking, why the hell did I not go? And there's going to be other people around the world who had the chance to come and for one excuse or another decided not to. Maybe they're not quite into the game when they decided they got chosen for the team or whatever, and they are going to be so gutted this weekend. Not only because they missed out on, you know, certain very prominent WTC players last night, so drunk that they decided to wee on other people's shoes and pass out on the floor. I know 3 people last night that had to be almost carried. Well, one of them did literally get carried home, and 2 of them had to be carried by at least 2 people because they're big boys. It's quite an interesting evening last night.
Never miss WTC if you have the opportunity.
We have a confirmation.
tips.
There were 12 games being played between Germany and France.
Yes.
And only one game ended with a German win. And that was Lutzi.
So the French smashed the Germans.
No. There's only
They're still
one
going
game
on.
finished.
Oh,
And so it's 1-0 and 11 games. No.
You scared the crap out of me. My goodness. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. One game currently won by Germany. The other 11 games between Germany and France still actively going on right now.
So, what's your prediction for this year?
My prediction is that I think it's going to come down to a couple of things. I think matchups are actually going to probably be the least important factor. I think the most important factor is going to be amount of hours played into a matchup.
Okay.
So, for instance, I would rather play into a bad matchup that I've played 50 times than into a good matchup that I've only played once or haven't played at all.
Okay.
Right? So I think experience with a matchup trumps the quality of the matchup on paper.
Okay.
And I think the teams that pick tables are gonna do better than the teams that pick matchups.
Okay. So, right, guys, what's this? Glad Adam was made it after the booking wrong flights. Thank you, motherfucker. You're a wanker. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you're a wanker. What? Oh, it's Claire, you bitch. Yeah, Martin Jenkins' wife.
Yeah.
Claire.
We're after hours, don't worry.
So when you get to this, it's this level. It's whoever makes the mistake first.
That's true. The Welsh captain waiting for the interview.
For the interview,
queuing up.
Yeah, your husband.
You can wait.
So shall he join us here?
that is going to get screenshotted for sure.
Can I? Right, I'll explain what I did. Right,
sure.
Yeah, I'm a spacker. I got the wrong dates. Okay, when the dates were announced this time last year at the end of the thing,
right,
I put the dates into my phone.
Okay.
Like everyone else, you know, bosh, dates.
Yeah, I did.
Right, as soon as I could book my dates, book time off work, basically straight away, because I can book well in advance.
Right.
It makes me. And then I kind of WTC this year. There wasn't trying to find anything out. Has been like searching for rocking horse shit on the internet. Yeah, you can't find it.
Yeah, right.
So everything gets announced through this fucking WordPress. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm a dickhead. I didn't know the dates got changed back in October, but it wasn't exactly announced very broadly that the dates were changed. So I'm not the only one that's done this, by the way. There are a couple of secret ones that people don't want to announce who have contacted me. There are 2 or 3.
Okay.
So what happened was I didn't know the dates had been changed.
Sure.
I booked my flights.
Yeah.
3 weeks before we were meant to come. So, come on, boys. Only 3 weeks to go on our Facebook chat. No, Adam. We've only got 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks left.
No, we haven't. Fuck off, boys. Here's my calendar. This is the dates. Fuck you. You're trying to wind me up. No, Adam. Seriously, go check them. I was like, right, I'm going to prove them wrong.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'll show you. You're on your phone.
Search through this fucking WordPress.
Yeah.
I was like, it took me a while to find it, and the dates have changed. So there's me having an absolute fucking meltdown because. So I ring up British Airways, arseholes, thank you very much. I ring them up and I'm like, so I've made a fuck up and I need to change the dates of my flights to a week earlier. Okay, that's going to cost you £180. Hold on, my flights were 170 in the first place. How is that going to cost me £190?
Yes.
That's how is that now going to cost me £190? Well, it's going to cost you £150 for the cancellation because it's more. The flights are now that much more than what you paid for them.
Right.
On top of that, we're going to generously charge you an extra charge on top of it for changing those dates for you, and we're going to go fuck you. So I ended up paying. I ended up getting a refund of £30 when I paid £170.
Oh yeah, because that's all you get back.
Because they only pay the taxes back.
Sure, yeah.
I then had to book flights which cost me £150 from Stansted, which is further away, and then I had to pay £30 to get a bus. But on the plus side, and I'm so pleased it fucked up.
Okay.
On the plus side is I got an extra night.
It
cost me less.
There you go.
It cost me less. Anyway,
congratulations,
Claire. Your husband's going to be on now. Stop taking a piss. Right? Is she on? What's that?
She probably is. I wouldn't be surprised if she is.
I'm glad it isn't just me that had the problem finding out the dates on stream.
Ah, there we go. We got some support.
Thank you.
Adam. Very nice.
So, let the beard talk. LOL.
That's me.
That's it.
So,
well, thank you very much for sharing that story. That was lovely.
I'm an arsehole, but
it happens to the best of us.
I checked beforehand and I was like, oh, these are the dates. And I booked them then.
You weren't here last year. You didn't know the dates. You didn't know you were coming until after they'd changed it. I didn't even.
I knew.
I was going to be coming drinking no matter what happened. I was going to come and get smashed. Last year was too good, and Polish vodka is freaking amazing.
It's you got to be careful.
The bison one with the grass in
Bison
it.
grass. Oh yeah.
Wow. And I don't know what I was drinking last night. Somebody kept giving me these little red shots. I think there's some sort of vodka or something like that. That was bad. And last night was really messy.
Well, apparently your performance has not suffered because you managed to win.
No, but my arsehole has.
There you go, ladies and gents. Fun facts from Poland. We'll be here all weekend.
It is. But George, how are you anyway?
I've been doing very good.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, absolutely.
You did for those of you who don't know, George does the. Last year he did it for ClogCon.
That's right.
And he done a fantastic job at ClogCon. Even when I came on and ruined it with him. But yeah, 3 days at ClogCon, he just talked and talked and talked, and no one was bored with you, George.
Well, I'm glad to
It's
hear
a pleasure to have you take up all your take time out to come and do this. I know you don't get, it's all off your own back. You don't have to come here. I know you enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, I miss the community, and now that I've had a kid, I don't have the time to play.
Yeah,
and I don't have the time to commit to playing all the practice matches that I need in order to really join the team, because I wouldn't feel right about signing up for the WTC team and not being able to play the practice matches, right? Because then I'm just screwing 4 other guys out of a chance of having a good time.
It takes a lot of work, doesn't it?
Yeah, you have to put in a lot of hours to practice to get good enough to get all of the list practice in, and there's a lot of time that you spend online researching lists and talking with your teammates and stuff. And I knew for a fact that I wasn't going to be able to put in the time, but I still wanted to go and I still wanted to be part of it. So I said, listen, what? I really enjoyed commentating last time, and the War Room PL guys were really generous and they were happy with the way that I did it last time, and they said, listen, why don't you come down and do it again? And I said, absolutely. Not even a second of doubt in my mind there that absolutely I wanted to do this, and I'm glad I can.
What year is this for you?
This is my 4th year at WTC. The last 3 years I played, and this is my first time commentating. And hopefully I'll be back next year, probably as a commentator, maybe as a player.
Because Matt, this is your first year.
It is my first year.
What do you think of it so far?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Tell us your thoughts.
Well, it's alright. No, it's...
What stands out for you?
WTC. Yeah, it's alright.
What stands out for you so far?
Well, it's very interesting because I spend a lot of time talking to people online. I'm massively big on Discord. I do think Ersk 2 is trash. I will fight anyone who says otherwise. And
Heard it here now, boys.
yeah,
I reckon we can arrange that.
yeah.
Let's find someone.
If you're an IRAS 2 player,
and you're here,
challenge this
if you
man.
know someone that's an Iris 2 player and they're here, we can arrange it on stream. I can vouch that Matt is a big pansy, so it won't be much of a fight.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, no, it's because I spend a lot of time talking to people online, and it's amazing. Then you see people in real
person, yeah.
So stepping away from the actual War Machine side of it, okay, what's your impression of the social side so far?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's really easy to socialise with people because everyone here has the same hobby.
Yeah.
So everyone has something to start with. I'm not a very social person. I'm quite quiet. I'm quite reserved. I can go to any one of 350 people in this building. How do you fucking match go?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You can start a conversation.
We've all got something in common,
And they're all happy to talk
And they're all
about
happy
it.
to talk.
Absolutely.
Have you fanboyed anyone yet?
Oh yeah.
Everyone fanboys.
Everyone's first
no.
WTC. You got a fanboy. Who's your top 3 players? You were like, oh.
I'll tell you what, Gerald, last year I fanboyed. Who did I fanboy? I fanboyed Tim Banky. That was quite interesting. Aaron Whaley last year, I fanboyed him.
All right, yeah.
And who else? I say it's only 2 really. I fanboy this man over here. Marcin.
Marcin, yeah.
I have envy. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the amount of equipment this guy's got. It's ridiculous, right? I'm not joking. All this equipment for this weekend is all supplied out of,
by one man.
Yeah, it's
by
all
one man.
Marcin. I think the guy earns too much money. He's crazy. But he's got.
Switch to the room.
We can. I'll do a video online. I'll do a live cast on the War Machine General page. Give me an hour or so. I'll walk around and I'll do it. But he's got like here. There's 10 cameras.
Yeah.
There's 2 for each table, isn't there?
2 for
so
each
there's
table.
one down, one across.
One to look and one to do audio. And he's got lights for everything.
There's
he's got
a laptop
on every table.
Every table's got a laptop. Yeah. Then he's got obviously you're not
audio.
Yeah. He's got these audios, these style like you can see here. This
Microphones,
one,
yeah.
These big microphones. He's got one of them on every table. He's got this computer that we're working on here. There's another one here. There's a huge TV in front of us, which is what you guys are seeing at home.
Yeah.
The guy is mental.
It's a fantastic setup.
And what does he charge WTC for bringing all this? Nothing. Not a penny. That is what you call a man for the people. It's brilliant.
And that's one of the things I love most about this community. Is that they have absolutely, like, without any hesitation, they'll be like, you know what? I'll let you use all of this equipment. I'll let you do all of this stuff. I'll set it up, all of it for you. I'll come a day early. I'll spend an entire day setting up 10 different cameras, 10 different microphones, 5 laptops, a soundboard, 3 different computers, yada yada yada, all that stuff, and it's not going to cost you.
Do you know what?
And he just does it because he loves the game.
Captain is still waiting for an interview.
I'm getting moaned at by his wife here.
Oh.
She's putting Adam, fuck off! I want to see my husband.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, your husband's here. He doesn't want to see you. Right. On that note, let's piss off. Thank you for the wedding, by the way. Do you know?
I think that just got pulled, that wedding invite.
No.
I think that wedding invite is just getting pulled back out of the mailbox.
Stop. Martin got married. Martin and Claire had a fantastic wedding.
Oh, they already got married.
About 6 weeks ago. Yeah. Was it 6 weeks ago? Something like that. I got smashed. Spent most of the night dancing on the dance floor like a fucking loony. Had a great time. It was brilliant. And the best bit was the wedding breakfast, because Martin's a baker, the fat baker. They had it in the breakfast in the upstairs of the bakery where he works. There's all these cakes and stuff. It was great for me. I loved it. Anyway, right, I'm gonna fuck off now. Thank you very much, guys. Sorry for pissing you off. And George, thank you, brother.
Until next time.
Love you, man.
Fantastic having you. Adam Williams, ladies and gentlemen, the myth, the legend himself. Shit talker extraordinaire, as you may have gathered, and single-handedly turning this live stream into an X-rated live stream with probably more profanity than we managed in an entire day.
What have he said?
Oh, he said all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I told you, Mrs. where to go. She's rude.
You right, George? Go away.
That's a really good match.
We got the Gavin camera right there. Give him a wave. Introduce yourself. Let him know who you are.
My name's Martin. I'm the captain of Wales 1. Can't pronounce the name myself, so
1, 2, and 3 is the go-to.
Coon. Thank you, Matt says it. Say it again, Matt. He can speak Welsh.
There you go. Okay, so Martin, what was your What was your
process?
Your plan? Yeah, your plan going into the WTC.
Our team was the full team. The Irish team was split between the two.
Right.
So we have a matrix like every other team has. So
Sure.
we looked into our matrix to see
You
where
had
we
a
were.
giant Excel sheet.
Yes.
Color coded.
Yeah, all color coded as well. Color coded and numbers.
And numbers. Oh, nice.
We go in a bit
That's not your
old
first
tech.
time on WTC, right?
Pardon?
That's not your first time on WTC.
Ourselves?
Yeah.
No.
I mean you. What's
No, we've.
yeah? How many
times have you been
on
to the WTC?
Myself? 4.
4 times.
So that's your 5th time.
Yes.
Okay, right. That's it. Nice.
So you were here the last time in Poland.
Nope, that was the one we missed. I went to Belgium the first year.
Oh, sure. So you went Belgium, skipped
Belgium,
Poland,
no,
and then Ireland.
Yeah, no Welsh team came to Poland that year, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
And then the Welsh team has been able to. It was very unfortunate.
Do you enjoy your stay right now?
Yeah, we went into Old Town last night, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's a very nice place. It's a very nice country. We only seen Old Town. Me and Byron went around. We had Polish dumplings for dinner. They were really nice. And then we went for a Polish meal with the Australians, the Canadians, the Swedes.
The famous evening yesterday.
The evening, yeah, that was
full mysteries.
And then we went back to the hotel and
Somehow.
Yes, no, we got back by taxi. Okay. We were okay. But I was okay. Okay. Yeah. Byron didn't get up till 3 o'clock this afternoon, so yeah.
We're supposed to be playing at 2.
Nice.
Yeah. So our process going into it was to try and get wins, like all the teams are, you know, to try and put ourselves favourable in matchups. So we identified which matchups we needed to try and have a W, and which ones we push ourselves into having hard matches. I think mine is what we class as a 4. It's like an amber colour, so it's like it's for us. It's a hard game for me. The scenario favours me. But before that, because we're really just picking on casters, because of the teams not being a full team. So going into that matchup, it's a okay matchup for Kruger, but Adam didn't play a conventional quicks list either. You know, not one that you're going to see this weekend massively. You know, like if it was the 9's stayers plan, then you know that would have been hard.
Sure.
So going into that, it was
the advantage of this list that you know it's rare and not everybody's prepared against it.
Yeah, so it sort of catches you by like me and Adam were talking. I'm a sort of player that don't take everything. No, I don't take everything in from what's going on in the internet world. So therefore, I'll play what's in front of me. And my list is designed to what
Some would say that's an advantage.
Yeah, well, I believe it is, and that's the way. Thanks. That's the way that I proceed to play it, because I see what's in front of me. I ask its threat ranges, I ask its dangers, I stay away from it, or I engage it, whichever I feel I need to do within the game. You ask about counter charge, you ask about, you know, it's easier to take it there and then than remember. You remember so much because I've been in the game for 10 years, so you remember some, but you've been through 3 different versions of the game. So it's just like sometimes you forget, you know, of what one we're on now, you know, and so forth. But yeah, it worked in our favour. We had to put Matt under the bus. You had to put him into the Legion player to make sure we could have favourable matchups elsewhere. We wanted to get Byron.
Well, it worked. It seems to have worked out well for you.
It did.
That's a great result.
It was. Exactly how we wanted it.
The
3 wins were coming from Adam with the Ret and with Byron into Scorn. And
a couple of those games were quite easy to win.
They were slightly more one-sided than
we knew that
you went 2-1 really quick. The first game was like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes in the game. They got to kill highly, maybe earlier.
In the process of the pairing, James took one for his team because he knew if he took the Primal Terrors off the table, then it would be 1 loss, but then maybe they could stretch it their way. So he took one for the team, so we knew we had our W there, and not definite, because as you know in this game, dice it changes.
Nothing is definite in this game.
So it pushed it into the brackets, and if we could put Matt under the bus, I felt that we could stretch the 3 wins as a definite, because I felt that Byron and Adam would win theirs, maybe comfortable, maybe not, but I feel that they should have. And then mine becomes a bonus, you know, and takes the pressure off them if I can get the win in before them. Because like Byron was halfway through the game and he asked if we had already won, and we already had. So it's sort of like you can play lazier that way, you know, because it doesn't really matter. It does for strength of schedule and so forth. But
you had huge time advantage, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had huge time advantage.
But it's good. We're mega chuffed to be on the stream, and mega chuffed to
of course. You know, tomorrow we'll see who will get on the stream.
We might get lucky and you know, be beating all the top people and be on the stream again. And
absolutely.
Everybody. How many do you have watching? 6, did you say? And then they can all watch us again tomorrow.
No, I mean it was. I think you guys had some. I think you guys had some interesting lists, and I think you guys picked your matchups very well. And it was like you said, you know, one of us takes a bad matchup so that the rest of us can get really nice.
Ideally, we would all like to have a 5-0. as a
but
team.
you know, that's a team tournament purpose to gain some, give some bad matchups to your enemies in order to get some better for yourself.
We played a match earlier in the day against Norway. Hugin. We were unlucky. We lost to them 3-2. But that was because our show win was doing so well. He threatened the player into a 20%, maybe a 10% assassination, and it succeeded. But that's the game. That's what I like about the game, because we could be in that predicament tomorrow. You know?
Exactly, it could be the other way around.
We could be like Matt could be under the bus, and he's like, oh well, I got nothing to go for. I'll throw some dice, and we bring the win. And it's great in that respect. But so like I was saying to the team before coming on just now is. We've got nothing but confidence to take from the 2 matches today. And
just having fun and just warming up.
Yeah, I lost my game into the Slayer spam, but I did one thing wrong. Otherwise, that game could have been different. I'm not saying I would have won, but it would have been different.
And now the chances of you doing that tomorrow,
are now gone because it's now fresh in your memory. And, and that's what it's all about. Because some of the teams have been over here, as we all know, for weeks. Practicing with the boards they're all cutting up, and it's like we didn't do that as well. We came over and saw some sites and sampled the local vodka, which was really nice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? You have to balance the gaming
and keep your head fresh.
Also, you have to balance the gaming side with the chance to experience new things. Like when would you have gone to Poland on your own volition? Right?
Yeah, never.
Probably wouldn't have.
No.
But now, because the WTC
we did. Me and Byron wanted to go to Auschwitz, but it was just we didn't know until we came here how far it was, and it was too much of a day. If we would have come a day earlier,
right,
then it would have been okay. But to sink 8-9 hours travel, and then we would have been really tired today because we would have only just got back from being there.
And you would have been depressed as hell.
But yeah, there's that as well. But again, it's a landmark to see. It's not a very good landmark. I understand that, but it's there. It's what happened. It's
I've been there once, and I
when in Poland. Go again.
When in Poland.
No, that was last night, Matt.
When in Poland.
But you had your own Auschwitz yesterday, or what?
No, I spent like.
But those are Canadians.
So the chances of me coming to Warsaw are slim at best. My missus likes beach holidays. She doesn't like coming to the middle of Eastern Europe.
Sure.
For whatever reason. She probably will. But it's a case of, you come here. I could come tonight. I could be arriving now. I could be here tomorrow, Sunday, leave Sunday night, and see nothing of Poland.
That is the worst thing. That is the one thing that gets me the most, is people who come to the WTC and leave on Sunday right after the ceremony.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you insane?
Yeah.
Really? Have you completely lost your mind?
Leading up to this WTC, more than any of the other WTCs, we all know him as an icon, being Norbert. Yeah, Norbert posted up on Facebook, and I think he had it absolutely bang on. I think it was.
He was so excited.
Thursday, Friday, he posted up on his own Facebook saying he was so jealous of everybody that was already over in Poland.
Seeing the feed, seeing all those people.
And saying what a bigger party atmosphere it is this WTC than any other in his prior history. Because everybody's out here and they're all ready and they're all having fun and everybody's just raring to go, but it just feels like it's never going to happen.
Yeah, the excitement.
I know it's going to happen tomorrow morning, but
the excitement building up to the after day.
I feel sorry for the big teams which have been putting in all this massive time. And
they have a lot of pressure.
They have a lot of pressure tomorrow, and then they come up against little Wales, and we'll tap them down, and then it'll be like.
When you were coming 5 days earlier, you got used to the whole thing, to the idea that you were going to take part in a big tournament.
Yeah.
You're just having fun, chilling out, eating some nice food, drinking with your friends, playing some practice games.
Yeah.
And then the main event is getting closer and closer, and you're okay, you're chill with it. But when you arrive on Friday night, you drop in the middle of the whole thing. And I think it kind of have an impact on like psychologically, mentally.
Yeah, you're not playing these little warm-up games. You're not playing shaking the little things out of your system ready. So it makes it a lot harder then to just be on point. You know, the next day, some players are phenomenal pat them foot. I mean, you know, that guy wakes up and wins. You know, he is that good, and that's why he's double world champion. You know, at the end of the day, the guy knows what he's doing. But some of us, like, you have to wind me up, you know, so I have to get up in the morning, I'm going to have to have my breakfast first before I can even function, you know. I'm going to have to have my cup of tea, English tea, to keep going. Like, Welsh tea.
Welsh?
Welsh tea, yeah.
What's Welsh tea?
It's not. We
Made
bought it in Wales. Well, actually, we bought it in
some
Poland.
cheap flavour.
When we got to the hotel, like, we stayed in many hotels over the years, right? Sure. And we come to this hotel, and it was, we arrived, me and Byron, and the first thing we want is a cup of tea. So we go to a room and
obviously.
Yeah, because that's what we like. We thought, oh, we'll have a cup of tea, and we're like, the tea bag, green tea. It's like, no, that doesn't work, you know. So it's like, we'll find the shop. So we went looking for a shop, and we wanted to get some more water because foreign country and water doesn't work with certain people. So it's like, So it's like, you know, the vodka's fine, but the water's not. You know, it's like, so.
That's always food's fault, you know.
Any update on Germany v France?
So you can
get a view of the man actually interviewing.
So we were thinking we'd go to the local little supermarket across the road for some water, and we came back with vodka, cider, beer, and sweets.
So all of the safe drinkables.
But there's water in them, and
that's
kill any bacteria
in
the water. Yeah,
that's
you
right.
don't get sick
really
drinking vodka.
Okay, that's awesome. So, what's your top three? If you had to give an advice to someone who was thinking about coming to the WTC, or thinking about signing up, or thinking about coming
as a country,
just as a player, like someone who's watching right now
into a country, so they already
It's like someone who's into War Machine and is watching this now and is thinking, well, maybe I should sign up for it. Like, what would you say to them? Like,
I say you'd have to be committed first and foremost, because it ends this weekend, but it starts in October, where you start preparing mentally yourself that first and foremost you can afford to go wherever the next one is going to be.
Sure, yeah.
So that's, you know, and you can get the time from your work or, you know, your family. All them things come into the equation. And like, I'm quite fortunate. My wife lets me come and play Toy Soldiers, and she stays and watches. But
ditto.
But it's like, I would say to anybody is to put the practice in and put their name forward, because some of the small countries like Wales, we depend on the players that can go, as well as who the best players are in the country at that time.
Sure.
Some of the best players in our country maybe can't come, so then it doesn't weaken the team, but it's where you would sort of think, I won't get on the team because so-and-so will go. You don't know everybody's circumstances, so put yourself forward, you know, and then find out from there. And it's like the elders that are picking, and however it works, they will give you feedback. So take that feedback as positive, because if they tell you there's no room this year, but could you come as a reserve? I would say come as a reserve and play in the Solo Masters and have a taste of this fantastic party atmosphere that we have. And then and take it from there, because what happens to a lot of people that go into the solos, they end up going into teams, maybe not their own team, somebody else.
It happens every year.
And also their team, someone might have a bereavement in the family just before going, and then they can't go, and then you step in last minute. It works all round, so it's like, don't ever be put off by thinking, I'm not good enough, because everybody's good enough to be here. We're all representing our countries, and we're supposed to be the best at what we do. But it is first and foremost playing Toy Soldiers that you already know how to play. Everybody knows how to play it. You don't have to be the best in the world, because there's dice involved, you know, and it makes it random.
Okay.
So that's why I would say to anybody that wants to take part, come along.
Great idea. Let's take a look at the stream, at the chat, to see if there's any questions that we have. No update since the Germany 1 France 0 announced. WTC Wales 2019. What do you think? What do you think, man? What do you think about
someone?
Was it Adam?
It's some guy called Jay Jensen 21.
Okay, that's Jason Jensen. He's Irish.
Ah.
So you've just seen us beat his fellow
Countryman.
But he's a very good friend of all of ours, and he was texting me whilst playing the game and congratulating us on the win. So he's been watching. So good on you. Well done, Jace. It could be Wales this year. Someone's got to win it. Everybody never thought that Finland were going to win it.
Absolutely,
Ireland.
They came out completely out of the blue
and just steamrolled it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's like the very first year I remember going to Belgium, and England were odds-on favourite to take that between them and America, and Poland were not ever.
Not even
mentioned. Yeah, it was like Germany are pretty good, you know, they're okay, and Sweden are up there, and America are going to take it, and England are really good, and then Poland just smashed everyone. You know.
Okay, so if it comes for France, Germany.
Yes, people have been interested.
5-4 in favor of France.
5-4.
One match is like 50-50, and the last one more it's still not decided. So we'll see.
I was talking to the Germans earlier before our match.
Sure.
And they were excited for this their Grudge match because like England play the Ashes, you know, and so forth. There's always something going on on the Friday evening.
Historical grudges.
That's the thing is in the past the Germans have never really been big on the grudge matches.
No.
They've always been like they get to the event. Their Friday nights have always been like super quiet and not doing anything. Yeah. This year is the first time they've really.
They were laughing that they're French playing against Germany in Poland.
But if you had to pick through watching the meta at the moment for all of us, who would you pick as your winners for the weekend?
That's a really tough question.
Just not just one. Who would you feel
it would be difficult to point out one team?
You will be judged on your answer. One nation. If you just go for a nation,
I'll go with Poland, but
yeah, but that's your heart. Yeah.
Well, I would like to see Canadians in top 3.
Yeah.
Canadians, maybe somebody from Scandinavia, like Norway last year.
Yeah, you can never count out the Scandinavians just because
they're really good.
Like the Scandinavians, they have like this thing where like they have there's a whole bunch of different countries, but they all play each other all of the time.
Right? So they have like 60 their own players in Oslo.
They have like this one 60 like isolated Scandinavian meta, and they just like cross-pollinate all the time, and they come up with like the craziest ideas. Right? I mean, they're the ones who came up with Karchev Mad Dogs, for instance, right? That kind of stuff. So you can never count them out. So there's a pretty good chance one of the Scandinavian countries will take the top 3. I personally would want the Canadians to
win. Okay.
To win.
Oh, at least to be a top 3.
At least a top 3. And on the other hand, I think England have a very strong team.
They have a strong team. Which one I'm going to put you on? I'm going to put you on the pressure. Which one do you think will finish the highest out of the English 3?
Patrick Danforth's team or Woolstorp's team.
Yeah, okay.
They are in separate
if I had to pick a team, it's the one that has Pat Dunford in it.
Okay.
Because it's basically
it's
basically one auto win and then 4 games.
Yeah. You remember that it's a team event, yeah.
Right. No, but that's just
one person can make difference.
But that's just because I've played against Pat and I know him personally, and I mean the guy's like one of the. First of all, I mean he's one of the best. He's probably the best player in.
Well, for me personally, the team that I feel is punching above its weight massively, and I tip to win this year's event is France.
What was it like last year? Because France last year surprised really heavily.
Like this. France in October, I know several of them personally, and France in October picked their teams, and then they made their players, or approached their players to travel the world,
to play
in big events, to have the biggest experience they can, and that's what they did. They just missed out in the Welsh Masters. I came second with Thomas with his circle, and he should have won. Boosted 9s would have been game over for Jake, and it would have been a different story. They won in
Foggy Monster. He had the Foggy Monster.
They won in Ireland and took the Iron Gauntlet from Ireland, and everywhere they go in, they're making the right noises, and they're putting a lot of playtime in
Placing in
practice.
top brackets.
Yeah, and I mean, what did you say the score was currently at the moment?
5-4 in favor of France.
Okay, so that doesn't. I wouldn't say it's not surprised me because it's still a surprise and they still could lose.
Because
But you're talking against Germany, who everybody renounces as a very good outfit with all of them. I know it's a lot of mixed match because
They know how to play.
there's so many of them. Yeah, they know how to play. But like, I think France is the highest that they've ever been.
What they told me, French guys, that basically there were no matchups because the Germans said, okay, we are going to play against each other, we are going to play against each other, so they basically didn't choose any matchups, probably because they didn't want to show any.
They didn't want to show their strategy for the event because they're probably going to end up playing against each other.
I believe so too.
What Poland did against Norway yesterday, I think what they did was rolling high in order to get matchups. So nobody wants to show their strategy on a Friday night. Right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
That'll be the worst.
I mean, they've kept it under wraps for so long. All the teams.
Well, of course, they spend an
We just
entire year
want to
preparing.
have-
You're not going to blow it on the one night before the event. You'll be like, by the way, this is our map selection
You're
process.
practicing, you're making the whole strategy, and then on Friday night, okay.
But we were talking yesterday about this double judicator list, which is now
Marcin Micek and my bag, his name is Krzysztof, the Polish South team.
Okay, we just like when we looked over the list when they came, you could see. Okay, I see it. It's the judicator, it's the you just okay, it's Men Off, it's the judicator. And then I seen it today for 3 times with Mike Perrier playing it.
Okay,
And I'm
but he
like,
was playing Harvey Clymer.
yeah.
I think that's a bit worse version of double judicators. Yeah, there's a
Well, I'm
Chris
scared
one
of it.
and Serena, and I'm not going to spoil anything.
Okay, you're not gonna
I'll
spoil
accept the
my
match.
fun. I only don't get to play it.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Krios 1 double judicator list on stream, and then be like, feet! And then we'll be like, yeah, we're just going to switch to this table, and all of his stuff is gone.
Handshake.
Yeah, it's. I mean, but
That's exciting.
we were talking about it. I was talking to Aaron Whaley about it, and we were saying like this double judicator has been here forever. This list has been here forever. So it's like watching Elemental Communion over again. When it came out in the meta, and everyone was like, "Oh, that list's broken. How did it get through?"
Zero or Tristan? What was the change? Sevi 0. Yeah. And the new warcaster Serena. What's her name? The new warcaster from
Silena.
But it's just like, I mean, double judicator and Resnick would have been around from the beginning of Mark 3, and no one's used it, and it's like now all of a sudden it's come back. We've seen it first land this weekend, and we're like, it's like.
But that's why, because it's been seen before. When you're looking at it on paper, you're like, yeah, but this is nothing new.
We had some funny commentary from Lord Dork.
Lord Dork.
That is Germany expecting success in Poland in September?
To be fair, they were very successful the first time around.
Well, yeah, it's true. They have a pretty good history when it comes to that.
In Poland in September.
Yeah, so we're expecting Germany to place high.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they place high.
And Russia's going to help.
Yeah.
They are here in abundance. There's 3 teams to help them. But yeah. But I'd like to thank you guys because, like, evidently, without you giving up your time,
It's great.
I love everybody back home to watch.
I love it.
We're happy
really
to do it. We're happy to do it, and we're happy to have guys like you come in and play amazing games.
It's really fun. It's really fun. We are having just interesting discussion. We're talking, presenting nice ideas to our spectators.
Yeah.
We're drinking nice alcohol right now.
By the way, to all of the people who work
stream,
at Twitch.tv, there was no alcohol involved here at all.
It was water.
This is Fanta. That is water. Don't believe what he's saying.
And we
It's
have
all lies and
Quinn's,
propaganda.
Quinn's Pepsi right now.
How many armored core lists do the Germans have? Sven is running Sorcerer 3 armored core. It's the only one I know.
Sorcerer 3? I want to see Sorcerer 3.
Oh, well, see how he was doing.
So which Polish team is your favourite to win?
Stout? I cannot. I'll be biased.
You'll be biased?
Because I've been living in Poznan I've been studying in Poznan, but now I'm living since December in Warsaw. I've been practicing a lot. I've been playing Animag for 2 or 3 weeks, some games per week. So at the beginning, my friends were losing against me. Like, what the hell, guys? You were supposed to win all that thing.
You're supposed to be the sparring dummy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're like, okay, I'll play this
bag.
off list just to give you guys some practice. And then you just smash.
But now they know how to play games.
Yeah, that's the
But
best.
what I would bet on would be the Poland Central or South, as Poland go west is considered to be the a bit not that good.
I remember 2 years ago.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
I remember 2 years ago they got this close to winning. Yes. Bring the French camera. He can take my seat. He can take my seat. I'm gonna go.
Hi, Quentin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So this is the time when you reveal all of your list tech into the camera.
So
and
just,
your matchup selection process.
Absolutely.
And
We're just gonna go for a walk.
So there was this game, French team versus German team in Poland. For historical reference, I think we tried to call it a grudge match.
That joke's been made
Oh, sorry, I just arrived.
several times.
So the end.
The result.
The result.
Yeah.
Well, Germany won 7-6. So I guess they will be. I don't know. They will be taking Belgium for the next year. This is the country in the middle.
That's a highway to France.
Absolutely.
We've already agreed Alsace-Lorraine is now going to the Germans.
But wow, 7-6. That's really tight.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way, right?
Yeah, there wasn't really like a process for the match. Like everybody was.
There were no matchups.
No, there was no matchups, no list to share or anything. It was just, hey, can you come here?
Run friendly games.
French and Germans, best friends now.
Yeah,
you still need one. Nearly.
That's the difference, nearly. Right.
We were just saying that France is the black horse of the whole tournament.
That's my
We've
thing.
been playing a lot.
We, I don't know.
How many games you played this week?
Queen, you're lying.
I have to keep it quiet.
You're blushing.
I'm the coach, and you're to take care
You're
of
the
them.
coach.
Yeah.
When they win on the weekend, it's Quinton who's going to go out and receive the award because he's done more work than the others. Yeah.
Combined.
Combined. Yeah.
Thank you. I will take this as a compliment.
You'll be commemorated.
Absolutely.
They can make a statue of you.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
It is.
Yes. I can see my snout.
We.
So what was chat saying about this? Nobody cares.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's fine.
So close.
It's
Calling
fine.
someone.
It's fine. The thing is, I realized when I was listening to the podcast and everything that was going on just before, is that everybody was saying like, "Oh, Asterix's team won," but nobody. I mean, people actually realized that names were shuffled all around the teams, and like nobody was really sure who was what. So I think we're just gonna leave it in the air and just not say anything.
Nobody knows nothing.
And see who was gonna be. You know, it was supposed to be the best friend team and the others.
Yeah, the other teams.
So nobody
I
knows.
think we worked out which one
Nobody
was the
knows
best
who's
one.
Friends 1,
Are you
Friends
sure?
2.
I think. But, yeah. I've already said it
Nobody
on
knows
stream.
who's Friends 1, Friends 2, Friends 3.
Yeah, that's the point. Weird names.
Yeah. We got names, but we can't pronounce them. Yeah.
Cool, no.
You can say
I asked my Welsh friend how to pronounce your
Come
the
on.
name of
Come on. Was that our name?
That's pronounced right.
Yeah, we use
The dogs of Anon. The dogs of Anon.
With dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no vowels.
The hounds of Anon.
Yeah, so Welsh has a strict one vowel, 2 word policy.
That's not important. They've got lots of
So
Zs.
many consonants.
Yeah, but Zeds are like.
We forgot.
It's
already.
fun. I've enjoyed trying to pronounce any word in Polish.
Yeah.
I have not got one.
Nastrovia.
Nastrovia.
That's cheers.
Nastrovia, everybody.
Yechida.
Kida, yeah, I know that one.
What's that? You took
Yechida, that's Welsh. something.
You know Welsh? You've been twice?
Yeah, I have a Welsh flag in my place.
You do? Nice.
Yeah, seriously. I don't speak a word of
Why
Welsh.
not one word?
I try to read the word, but
Cow.
Cow.
Or is it Britain?
There's loads of cows in Britain.
No, I mean cow. We can speak Britain, that's a cow language. Okay.
So what happened with you guys? Like,
We are the best Celt nation. We beat
We have
Ireland.
a Celtic grand match. Between Wales and Ireland.
And we win 4-1.
no.
We didn't let you down, Quinton. We went.
Cool, because I don't know, last time where there was like a French versus Wales thing, I think it was the Welsh Master.
Yeah.
I think we won.
You did win.
Yes.
You did.
That wasn't great.
And do you remember? And we.
Was it being against you actually?
Yeah.
It was a mistake. That was not. I think it was like a very short game.
I left two mechanics next to Zakova 1 and no camp, and he's Gatsby has reference corruption.
Wait, look, if I hit this
Bullshit
guy, I don't
blasted.
hit the other guy, so I can actually put 2.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, and I was running the event, so I had to keep on.
Allow me to
sorting.
switch for the cameras to the room camera.
But the,
Guys, wave your camera.
Wave.
Again.
That's everybody waving.
Yeah. Na zdrowie! Okay, we're about.
Yeah, I think it was the first time we'd ever got together as a team.
It was the first team match. Our second that day we played England Jake Wallace.
You were having a team tournament in France, right?
Yeah.
5-person teams.
Yep, I was in Joinville-le-Point very well around July or August. I think so, and yeah, I think that's the only one we're doing now.
In Poland, in February, we are having a Polish team championships. It goes back to 2012 or 11. Mixture of this tournament. It's every year, and I'm sure it's going to be in February. Actually, next year. It's going to be in February. Next to Warsaw, but teams 3 people per team.
Yeah.
With
Nice total. Feeling like.
Well, the thing is, like the French selection happens in February most of the time.
Okay.
People are, but we'll see. Because
All about
switch.
selection.
We just, sometimes we actually don't.
So are you going to the selection next year?
I'm the one who selects players, so with you 2 other guys. So
You're the boss.
I'm one of the boss.
Okay. How do we get in to be on Team France?
Well,
Become French?
if you can fake a French accent well enough.
I do a good French. No. Claire would love that because Claire thinks they got a horrible accent.
Good, you're in.
You just we,
I'm
no?
sure aren't you guys French?
We?
Like you and more people.
We?
We would like to invite Marcin Nowicki, who is the owner of the whole War PL. He's still playing the ranked match.
Yeah, he invited me to the stream last year. Chris.
Oh, did you do the
We
stream
did it last year with
Chris Young
yeah.
and yourself?
Yeah,
I remember that.
absolutely.
Well, I'm going to bid farewell. It's time for my booty sleep because we have a big match in the morning. We have to play someone.
Yeah.
But
you don't know who yet.
Good luck for your team.
Good luck for you too.
Well done.
Good luck for a team. Good luck for a team.
Thank you all.
I'm gonna go find another bus to throw myself under.
Okay. So we're in here. We are still looking at some grand matches. Let's just see at some nice spots.
Yeah, we still got some games going on.
Okay, let me adjust the camera.
Yes.
So, let's say I'm the guy who just joined the stream because I'm actually just joining this room now.
Right. What's happening now?
That's the table. You cannot move it forward.
Okay, no, that's fine.
What's the what are the games? What are we supposed to watch?
Well, I don't think we're streaming
No,
the
that's-
games right now. No, this is just.
We're still streaming.
No, we're still streaming, but we're not.
53 people watching us still.
That's
We got 53
we
hardcore
can
viewers
still
left.
we can still do like a long view, commentary.
Yeah.
Like, there's something seems to be happening.
Okay, let us go through the chat. What do we have here? Up 50-50 with Ruger. Martin won his game.
Yeah, sure.
It was more than 50-50 in my opinion. do you think? I think that was a pretty straightforward win.
Yeah, that was pretty convincing.
4 points round. It's okay. Maybe we shall switch to commentators. Alright, that's us again.
We're back.
Regardless of
let's
results, Circle looks strong. Pretty sure we may be looking at hashtag Circle 2019.
2019. No.
2019. Oh well.
Rob Nance is talking about. Well, first of all, he's talking about the fact that everybody thinks that Circle right now is super weak, which probably they're not.
Yeah.
They're probably stronger than people give them credit for.
What's that?
That's me. But you can have some.
Oh, it's fine.
And they're only going to get stronger in the CID. So, come 2019, Circle Christmas is back on, everybody. We had 1 year of peace, and that's all going to be gone.
What you're telling, it's always Christmas.
It's always
Christmas, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to leave. I have a French meeting with a French team.
Oh, they're having a war
French place.
council.
Well, anyway,
French people having a war council.
Thank you
Yes,
for coming.
absolutely.
Anyway,
Thank you
and
for
good luck
having
in
me.
the competition.
Thank you.
Bonne chance,
See you soon.
You will do well.
Tomorrow,
Sure.
maybe.
Allez, bleu!
Yes.
Allez, bleu!
You know what? We won the World Cup soccer.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
we want to
let's-
continue.
Absolutely.
Ah, that's it.
Keep
yeah.
it going. All right, thanks.
Okay,
Take
so
care.
it's us. Can we send Quebecers
Quebecers.
to be Team France instead? Then? Well, they speak French.
They qualify. I mean, they qualify. If you get five
French
Quebecers
speakers
on the same team, you could send them out
But
as
in
extra
what,
Frenchmen.
for example, the French people they call a car voiture, whereas the people from Quebec call char, which is the ancient word for
It's like an actual carriage. with
yeah,
horses and
carriage.
stuff, yeah.
So I don't know what word French people
It could
say
be like ye olde Frenchmen.
the.
Yeah.
So instead of using, for example, instead of using models, they would use figurines.
Carved out of wood.
Carved
They would use wooden figurines.
Or
to
instead
follow
of
them
saying, okay, I'm charging, they would say,
I'm going to do a charge.
Well, yeah, I'm performing a charge, whatever. Okay, that would be a good Grudge match game. Okay, yeah, Quebec, Canada, French-speaking Canada against France.
Oh yeah, French Canada against France.
That's another interesting match.
That's a nice one. I like that idea. That's a very good idea.
We need to start writing it down.
Yeah.
To get us all, East Germany versus West Germany.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's the one. Then we had, obviously France versus Canada.
Against French Canada, yeah.
Canada. Then we had America versus Russia, the Cold War style.
Sure. Then America versus Texas.
Oh yeah.
That would be a nice one.
America versus Trump Arcana.
Yes.
The Blues. Trump. Then we would have what else? France versus England. That would be the classic.
Austria-Hungary. That's a good one.
Austria-Hungary.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Republic of Texas, please. Sorry, no one. Yes, it's the Republic of Texas.
Of course.
Many apologies. Many apologies, but I think that'll be a good matchup. But anyway, I think
we would be able to make up a lot of historical references.
That's right.
Like Germany versus Poland because it's September.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's the most relevant one here, we may actually get to see Germany versus Poland.
That's really
that's a legitimate scenario that could happen either tomorrow.
That could be a final game as well.
On Sunday, yeah. I mean, we may have a Sunday matchup where we have Germany versus Poland.
Bavaria versus Prussia.
Nice.
Or Bohemia versus Bavaria.
That's right, yeah.
There are some Bohemian players.
But is it enough to make a team?
We'll see.
Germany versus insert European country here. We are definitely
September style.
We're definitely going to be seeing that tomorrow. I have no doubts about that. Anyway, I think it's a pretty good time to call it a day.
Yeah, I was thinking about inviting Marcin, the guy from War and Peel, but he already disappeared.
Yeah, he's already gone to prepare for tomorrow morning.
Probably yes.
So I think we've interviewed all of the people that played
all
today.
the possible players we could have interviewed.
Pretty much.
I hope you guys enjoy the stream. We did, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely. I had a great time. Yeah. And this is just a warm up.
Yeah, that's
like
what
we haven't
I
even
can
really started.
already feel my throat being a bit sore throat. I asked my girlfriend to bring us something like a filler or whatever, throat-related medicine.
Sure, I'm sure it'll be some kind of alcoholic beverage, which will be like, by the way,
alcohol-based. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
To clean those bacteria. Thank you guys that you are watching our streams. Tomorrow we are beginning at probably around 9:30.
9:30. So 9 o'clock
Central
ceremony.
Central
and then
European
about
time.
9:30 we're going to start getting the stream going, and then we're going to get games set up.
Don't forget we are in Poland.
When in Poland? Yeah.
So
you know what comes next. And so we wish you at home a good night. And we say cheers.
Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 9:30.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Cheers, boy. That's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, I look at it. We broke the mouse. There we go.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Take care. Bye. Bye.